Good morning, people. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. I've done this arse over head, but it is Thursday, the 10th of November, and we are here. We're bringing good vibes. We're bringing important conversations, and of course, as always, you have amazing, amazing hosts. Let's introduce ourselves.
It's your boy, Big Mars from the east side of the bridge, 6 foot plus of pure temptation and all that good stuff. Morning, folks.
Good morning. And it is your favourite shade queen, my own royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That's right. Do you intentionally pause before you say melanin jam-packed? You do, don't you?
Yeah.
I like it though, it's good effects. How's everyone doing this morning? Oh, Yusuf isn't here. He's not feeling well. So guys, send him some positive energy, vibrations, prayers, whatever. Float your boat. We'll send it over to him.
Also, Gina is in tomorrow.
Yes, Gina's in tomorrow. But you know they're going to ask anyway.
Yeah, they are.
Even when Gina said, they'll be like, oh, where's Koi? When Koi, they always diss you. You just love asking questions, don't you? But yeah, how's everyone doing?
I'm good, man. Ready for the world as always, you know.
Love to see it. Amen.
Yeah, I'm all right, man. My nasals are still a bit blocked, but it's all right.
Is that you telling me I'm reading again?
Yeah.
Thing is, he could talk for the world, but he can't read.
Do you know that's so funny?
They're two different things.
And your voice gets like, you proper get passion in there, the finger gets going. It's ridiculous. Right. But everyone good, yeah?
Mm-hmm. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Fantastic.
Okay. Hanging on to the glory of God. Good. I am good. I just need to get my hair done as soon as, because I can't live this life anymore.
I was just about to say the locks are gone.
The locks are gone, yes. So I get bored of how I look with the same hairstyle.
Okay.
Waking up to the same face is just like, come on. It's a nice face. I love my face, but I like to kind of confuse my enemies a little bit. And then also, I'm very prone to migraines. So I think when my hair is like dirty, I start to get headaches. But I haven't washed it yet, but just less tension off my head. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm gonna get my hair done tomorrow.
So with locks here, you obviously can't wash your hair with the locks in.
You could, but I'd rather not. Because I like my hair proper neat. So when I start seeing new growth, it just always freaks me out. That's why I change my hairstyles so frequently. But I had that for a month. Grace did have a bet with me that I wouldn't. So Grace, from Milk and Honey, I did it. It's about a month. I took it on the day of the anniversary and we move. Yeah. So I'll be here with a new look on Monday, guys.
Okay.
Forehead and all. But yeah, guys, before we get into the show, like the video. Of course you guys will comment anyway. But like the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to, well, you should, join our community as well. community.thenewblack.com. But yeah, let's get into the show. Elections going on in the US, we've got an update for you. So as reported yesterday, people across the US cast their votes in the midterm elections to determine who controls Congress. The outcome will have a major impact on the remaining 2 years of Joe Biden's presidency and beyond. For 2 years, both chambers, the House of Representatives and the Senate, have been controlled by Democrats. The Republicans are predicted to take the House, while the battle for the Senate is still on a knife edge and too close to call. President Joe Biden describes Tuesday's midterm elections as a good day for democracy. Even though the Republicans are expected to take control of the House of Reps, Biden said a giant red wave did not happen, as had been predicted. Speaking at the White House, he said the results had made him breathe a sigh of relief. Whichever party wins 2 of the 3 outstanding contests in Arizona, Georgia, and Nevada will control the state. However, the race in Georgia will not be decided until a runoff election on the 6th of December due to Tuesday's vote being too close to call. If Democrats lose control of either chamber of Congress, Republicans will be able to block Biden's agenda. Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis, a possible 2024 presidential contender, won a large victory to stay in office. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, who is also expected to announce a presidential bid, has admitted the midterm results were somewhat disappointing after some of his picks fell short. At the moment, the results are as follows.
So at the moment, with the Senate, Democrats and the Republicans have got 48 seats each. with regards to the House, Republicans have pretty much won that, man. They got 210 and Democrats have got 192. But like you said, you're going to have to wait till December, I think, for one of them before they can actually get the full-blown results. But it depends if basically either party wins 2 out of the 3 before December, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Because then you would know.
I feel like American politics is just a bit complicated because is Biden a Republican?
No, Democrat.
He's a Democrat. But then Republicans will then, if say they win, that means that whatever he wants to pass, they're not going to...
Yeah.
That's all complicated. Like, whoever is reigning, let him just pass what he wants to pass.
Okay, I guess there's a kind of a way to keep them humble innit, and make sure no one party can just go too far with it.
Yeah, but then do you know what's so ironic? I studied this at uni, but that was years ago. I can't remember. But if, for example, Biden wanted to... Do they have to basically agree on what's passed? Do you get me? Because if Biden is opposing and the reps win, then really they could just pass their agenda. But I guess they must have to agree.
I think they can't do anything unless they're the president.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So either way, so go through me kind of vibe. Okay. Well, the next bit of news takes us to Russia, and it's about the Russian military who are pulling out of Kherson. Russia's military has been ordered to pull out of the Ukrainian city of Kherson, the only regional capital it captured after invading in February. Russia's commander in Ukraine, General Sergei Surovikin, said it was no longer possible to keep supplying the city. The withdrawal means Russian forces will pull out entirely from the western bank of the river Dnipro. It is a significant blow as Russia faces a Ukrainian counteroffensive. The military's top brass announced the decision on Russian state TV, with General Surovikin reporting on the situation on the ground in Kherson. President Putin did not take part in the staged event. The architect of Russia's failing war in Ukraine appeared to have left the announcement to his generals. It was Mr. Putin who announced Russia's annexation of Kherson and 3 other occupied regions at the end of September. General Surovikin said in these circumstances, the most sensible option is to organize a defense along a barrier line along the river Dnipro. But its decision to pull back across the Dnipro River was treated with caution by Ukrainian officials. President advisor Podolyak said, "Actions speak louder than words. We see no signs that Russia is leaving Kherson without a fight. Ukraine is liberating territories based on intelligence data, not staged TV statements." All week, reports and rumors that Russia would leave Kherson have circulated. At a Ukrainian position on the perimeter around Kherson, soldiers said the enemy might be trying to draw them into a trap. The Ukrainian commander said they had good intelligence and would only advance cautiously. Right.
It's not looking good for them.
Not at all. Not at all. Okay, let's get into our What You Saying topic of the day.
What's that,
Because the music. So when we talk while the music's playing, we'll just mute.
Okay. No, but I got my headphones on, innit?
Oh.
Yes.
You need to understand what you're hearing in your headphones is not what's going on in the feed.
Oh, okay.
So when the music is playing, you can still hear me talking, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
They're not hearing.
Okay, I get you.
They're only hearing the music.
Okay, cool. All right. So today's topic of the day, yeah, I figured we might as well do a light-hearted one.
We need it.
But then I'm thinking to myself, is it really that light-hearted? But anyway, I think it is. Question is, what is the most influential profession in the world?
Podcasters. What kind of question is that?
Yeah.
Prostitute.
You want a light-hearted conversation? Here's your light-hearted.
They work hard, so.
Do you know what it is?
Saving marriages from the beginning of time.
You say what? Saving marriages? You scare me, man. You scare me. You scare me real bad.
Okay. You don't understand how that game works.
Have you ever ordered one?
What, a prostitute?
Yes.
Yeah.
You may have slept with one, but not as a prostitute.
No, I've been a consumer.
Consumer.
Talk to
Yeah.
us.
Let me talk to you.
Like, what's the mindset behind somebody going to Someone from your particular background. When I say background, I'm talking about a guy who has options.
Yours is 6 foot pure temptation, all that stuff.
Oh, market research, really. You know, just market research. You don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm trying to say?
Was it in this country
Yeah, I've done it in this country.
and also in other countries?
Yeah.
Is it like a black market?
I wouldn't say that. It's pretty, it's all above board.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. But no, honestly, it is market research, isn't it? Because I don't like talking about things that I don't know about. So sometimes you have to go and get your feet wet, get boots on the ground. You know what I'm trying to say? Just so
how is it different than like regular non-pay sex?
why is it different?
How is it different for you? Like, why do you draw for that as opposed to the just?
It's not something that I draw for. It's not something that I do. It's something I've done. So I can't speak to the people that rely on it. I just done it for fun, and like I said, just to see what the whole fuss is about. I think it's different because it's a transaction, isn't it? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Whereas when you're when you meet someone properly and you got to get to know each other and do all that dating stuff and all the hoops you got to jump through for sex. When you have a transaction, it's just like going and buying a pair of trainers, isn't it? It's like, oh, you know what I'm trying to say? So, not luxury. What's the word I'm looking for? The convenience of being able to pick whatever you want, seeing something that you like, and saying, oh, okay, how much is that?
Oh, I've got some questions.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. You get me? It's less strenuous. It's just. Yeah, you see, for like busy people on the go, I could see why they would fall into that trap.
Is there foreplay involved? Is there foreplay involved, or you just get straight into it?
I think you can pay for those services. I think if foreplay is your thing, you can do it.
Okay, so then after that, after you have sex, you just up and you just go. Well, he who was hired, if it's a male prostitute, you just leave.
Yeah, well, some of them offer services of like
cuddling,
companionship and that, talking, therapy. That's why I said that's how they've been saving marriages.
This is lit.
No, like you can.
In my mind, it's just like you just quick and go. Like it was only one service, but now that I know the guys and the girls are catering to all sorts of needs.
Yeah. No, you can get your
It's
shit
a
off.
Business.
Yeah, you can get your shit off. You get me? If you're stressed, you could tell them about
It's like
your
a rant
day.
about your life.
Yeah.
Your wife getting your nerves.
All of that stuff.
Husband is acting a fool.
There you go. Just a safe space where you can go and vent. You get me?
But then, do you think you can go back? You can have the same service provider.
Well, keep going back to the same person.
Yeah, you would catch feelings, won't you?
See, that's happened. That's one of the pitfalls of the trade. It's been known to happen. Men
Catch feelings.
Yeah, men want to
They're
ruin
trying
their
to save
families.
her. She don't want to be saved. It's not what she's here for.
They must be going there like frequently then, for that to be the
Don't put it on it, boy.
dilemma.
A couple times a week.
Dilemma.
But then again, even if you was doing once a week for a prolonged period of time,
Yeah.
That could-
You look forward to seeing them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's Prostitute Tuesdays. We lit.
see, prostitute Tuesdays like it's tacos. I think the mindset of it is proper people, that are like in proper relationships,
Yeah.
married, working, kids, mortgage, all the extra noise for like the outside stuff, like from outside noise affecting the relationships, no good, isn't it? So like building relationships is damn near impossible, if that makes sense. Can't have gal phoning up the yard or wanting to knock on the door or follow you to the school run and all these things. So they can't afford to take those kind of risks. You know what I'm trying to say? So they have a transaction which is just boom, 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 bam, bim, bim. You get me? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And it's fine. There's no ties, no strings attached. If you've got like a hobby or something that you can do, if you got a hobby or something that you do in your spare time, then you can slip it into your hobby. Then it's foolproof because then you don't have to make an excuse for the time that's away. If that makes sense.
Just prolonged golf.
All right then. So if you know that you go golf every weekend, sometimes you might not have to spend all that time at golf. You can do your extra curriculum activities. You get me? And it saves your relationship.
Crazy when I try to surprise you at golf though. You ain't there. The spirit will lead me right one day.
But
That is so interesting.
see, there you go. That's my
So
take.
you don't you don't look down on people who have to pay for sex, right? Because you are also a consumer.
I don't look down on anybody that does anything. I don't really care. I don't pass judgment on people. Have to pay for sex and decide to do it's two different things.
To say
so,
that, yeah.
you get
Have
me?
to pay for. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you have to pay for sex, then I suppose that could be a bit sad for you. But you're still getting your shit off if you can afford it. It is what it is.
Do you feel like this is like to use Rob and everyone, yeah, that even if let's just say you were religious and you're like, nah, I can't even entertain that, yeah. Do you feel like the service should still be provided, or should be understood to be provided to people, for example, who have disabilities and certain things that need, you know what I'm saying?
I know they need to get their shit off or empty. I think with society, do you know what it is with society? Yeah, as a Christian, I accept that things happen.
Okay.
I think like what we've heard or what we're conditioned or socialized to believe about prostitutes and stuff, you kind of feel bad for them. But people are, it's a career for them.
Yeah.
They're happy doing what they're doing. I think I don't feel bad for prostitutes unless something that you're doing because you have no choice. Like, this is the only way you can make money and you'd rather not be doing it. That's the only time I can project that sadness. But I've learned over the years that there's people just doing what they want to do. Like, they're happy doing it. So why should I be on the outside passing judgments or saying, oh, is it because of this or what's happened? Nah, people are just...
Is it the transaction that's the problem for people? Because people live their life promiscuously or free as they want to. There's people, there's men and women sexually that do whatever the hell they want, as frequent as they want, sleep with as many people as they want.
Yeah.
And obviously that's a lifestyle choice that they want to make, and people just accept it. If there's a girl who's sleeping with hundreds and hundreds of men and then realizes, wait there's a demand for this. You know what I'm saying? And then turns it into a business.
Money.
Then all of a sudden but when she was running around sleeping with people for free, it was fine and it was just normal or whatever. I don't get it. Why is it the fact that you put the fee on it that changes it? Because
I think it's that, because I think people think like, oh, you'd do anything for money, wouldn't you? It's that connotation. But when you think about it, a lot of things here that like people have been judgmental about in society, when you really deep it, people are doing worse in their normal lives. Because it's exactly what you just said. There's people who would like, again, no judgment on that, but they sleep with anybody and everybody they want to, as and when they want to, one night stands all the time, that they're cool with it. But then because someone's getting paid, it's like, oh, that's disgusting. It's the same thing. You're just broke. I'm not. Because strippers, prostitutes, they're making money. They are making money.
with those, obviously people always pass judgment on those things. With them, I think it's more about the person that's doing it individually. If you're strong enough to do it and you don't care, you don't mind. 'Cause obviously, there's a lot to go into it, like your family and because obviously people are going to be passing their opinions and stuff like that. But I think other people's opinions just literally.
You actually get to a place where it doesn't care.
It just doesn't matter. It's all on the individual, whether they can take it, whether they're cool with their parents knowing that's what they do, or their friends, or their children, or whatever. And if they don't mind, it's no one else's business to judge what they're doing.
I think the only time I really care is if it's a case of they're doing under duress, they've got a pimp, or it's like sex trafficking. That's the only time I would care. Other than that, if that's what you want to do, then go forth. Like.
So then, do you think it should be legalized? As in, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, legalized.
I don't know. I think. Oh, actually, because I'm thinking of the sex trafficking.
Okay.
Because if it's legalized, I feel like that will open a lot of holes. But then there's a lot of holes already open, even though it is illegal. Literally.
All the
Hell out holes.
All the holes. I think it's like weed, man. I think they should just legalize it. Because
do you know?
You think it'll be safer as well?
Yeah, of course it will. There'd be you get a better quality.
It would be actually, because some people get abused in the process, and you can't really they feel like they can't report it because it's like, oh, I'm doing something illegal. I'll get arrested. The perpetrator get arrested. So I guess actually, it will make it safer. I've had this conversation before actually.
It'll clean up the streets.
It make it
like,
safer.
So curb crawling and shit won't be illegal, but if you got a proper establishment where you got your license, a license to sell pussy and thing, you know what I'm saying?
Not license to sell pussy.
No, you need your licenses. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. It's got to make sure it's all above board. Yeah. You get me? If you got your licenses, then you do it. Just go for it. Because stuff like that doesn't even bother people. If you don't, if you're not that way inclined, and you don't pay for sex, you're not even gonna know. Like it's not gonna bother you.
Because it's not an area of interest that You have.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
But then again, sometimes you know how people may feel like you're saying, a lot of things are done in secret, innit? Like if it's legalized, maybe you can actually drive past a building and know in this particular building with
We
your
sell
kids.
pussy.
You know
Come
what I'm
on
saying?
in.
It just seems a bit.
No, I did a Texan accent.
You know what I mean? It just seems a bit
What? CD?
too.
What?
Yeah, too in the front of the. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Do you respect the profession enough to want your daughter to be a prostitute?
Why would you want your
Who's
daughter
the
to
person
be a
who got a daughter
prostitute?
here? Don't you
The
dare.
camera's on the mags and the camera's not on you, man. Yo.
Yeah, I don't know why you would want your daughter to be a prostitute.
Well, you, but you respect the profession, innit?
Well, yeah, but if she's gonna, that's what she's gonna do. That's what she's gonna do. Like I said, I don't want her to be a prostitute. She might not be a prostitute. She could be a fucking scientist. I'm getting train ran on her every single week. What's it matter? What's man talking about? I don't get involved in gad business. So whatever she's gonna do when she's not there,
Hey,
That's your daughter. What's that in game of gal business?
daughter, mother, I have the same rules.
Not
as
involved.
well. I do not get involved in gad business. So I don't know. That's just stupid society stuff. What are you gonna be more proud of your daughter because she's a lawyer, but she's getting batteried every single week, train run on her, but it's for free. But then if she was doing it to earn money, you'd despise her. Like, what are we doing it? I don't know. I don't care. I don't think about all that stuff. That's not where my brain goes.
I like it because I honestly I love it because you're so consistent. I just love that.
Yeah, no, that's just not where my brain goes. I don't think about that stuff. Like, gad are gonna do what gad are gonna do,
That's right.
regardless of who they are. You're trying to say that, so you just have to just hope and pray that you got a good one.
that's all you can do.
Yeah, really and truly, that's it. I don't know.
It's interesting, man.
But maybe it's not prostitute. Maybe it's teacher.
I'm so done. Do you know what I think is? I don't know. I think it's entertainers. You know, because the world. Could you imagine a world where we had no musicians, no actors, no form of entertainment whatsoever? Nothing. We're just every day, just waking up, working, carrying on, waking up, working, carrying on, and entertainers includes content creators as well. I'll be damned if I don't tell you I'm important. Do you know what I mean? But I think that's because it helps people. It helps you take your mind off things. When you go out, when you go to work and your day's been long or whatever it is, and you come and you just put your favorite TV show on, it's just that bit of comfort. I really think it's entertainers because I can't imagine this world with no entertainment.
I think it's teachers, school kids, teachers,
Like young kids. Why is that?
because they get their hands on you first, and they're essentially like molding our futures, really and truly. You get me? They have to. That's where you get the start of from life, innit? Like educationally, you get what I'm trying to say, like where they teach you and stuff like that. And yeah, I think that's the most. I think that's the most important. I think that. You're teaching our future, like our kids. If you got our hands on our kids, if you don't do a good job, then everybody's fucked.
Debatable.
You don't think?
Some teachers don't do a good job.
Yeah, but some. Okay, well, even if it's
That's
not the
very
young,
bad
even if it's
teachers.
not the young ones, it's older ones. Like even all the professionals, that actually do something, they have to get taught it.
I guess, but some teachers, do you know with education, at some stages you do get taught things, like when you're in primary school, whatever. But I think from secondary school, you actually start to teach yourself. Especially when you get to sixth form in university. It's it's you. The responsibility to learn is actually on you. When I think of how much uni is, I had per module I think I would have 4 modules per term, I think, or was it 8? I can't remember now. But I have 50-minute lecture. That's it. For the week. That's it. One class. This time in sixth form, I had a double lesson. I had 120 minutes sitting there talking about crap. But do you get what I mean? So I think, I don't know. I think teachers are important, yes. But I don't know.
I've always thought it was teachers as well. I've always thought that. Yeah. I've always thought that every kid spends most of their day with a teacher. Yeah. Imagine now a particular government nation or whatever wanted to feed those kids a particular type of thing, the way of thinking, how you just see the world. You would do it for the teachers. You'd have to.
I suppose that's true. The curriculum in them.
Yeah, typically a parent does what? Feed the kid, send them off to school. They don't see them to the evening.
Yeah.
Chill with them for a few hours, send them to bed. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But teachers, everything. Yeah. And you think about it, everyone remembers a particular teacher.
Oh yes, big up Mr. Ambrose and Miss Healy,
There you go.
my favorite teachers.
Do I think? I remember teachers' names, but I don't.
Mm.
Do you remember a particular teacher for like teaching you something? Like this one
Yeah,
was good. He bossed me.
yeah, Mr. Ambrose.
What kind of teacher was he?
So he taught me sociology, but beyond sociology, he was such a fun teacher. Like he understood things. Like he let me miss the lesson so I could get concert tickets for J. Cole. Because it was going on so when I was in school and he was like, okay, go downstairs again. He was very, very cool. He was very understanding. And then when I had these other teachers that were very horrible to me, he'd be like to me, like, don't listen to them. Like, because you know when teachers, some teachers would try and talk you down and be like, oh, basically some teachers try to say that I wasn't capable of going to applying to uni I wanted to go to. Of course, they regretted it because my mum sent them a strongly worded letter and they apologized to me, which was great. But he would let me know that he always like instill confidence in me and let me know my abilities. And he did that with everybody. Do you get me? He was an all-round good teacher. Beyond teaching us a subject, like he would notice when you were like feeling a bit down, when you weren't your like usual self. Like he literally paid attention. And he was like that with all the classes he had. He was a favourite teacher in the whole school.
That's people skills though. They're good people. There's ones that I could think of that might be like, oh yeah, they were good people and whatever. But when I'm thinking about it, I can't credit like anything that like I know to any teacher.
Are you sure though?
Well, obviously,
Not you saying that they're the most important profession. Now you can't credit anything.
No, now I'm thinking about it. I'm not saying like they obviously the whole curriculum they went through, like they taught me all the stuff and all that. But I'm saying like I can't think of something poignant that like I know or that I do, and it's because of this teacher came and he or she done this and read, and you get what I'm trying to say, and helped me hone this skill. And I'm trying to when I'm thinking about it and that. But then again, obviously, I was doing different stuff in school.
An Asbo kid, isn't it?
I was unruly. I wasn't there. Like learning like that. So maybe that's my fault. But I can't think of. I'm trying to think now.
Yeah, and Miss Healy as well. She also taught me sociology, but she was so disciplined. She was very disciplined. Like she would have us come to school, like before school started, so we could do some extra work.
In this country.
In this country. And it was because we were like, you can't do that. So that's fine. By the lunchtime, she'd called her parents. And it was like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, your parents said you can come in the morning. We're like, what? But she was so disciplined. Like, she taught me as well how to just get to the point. When you're doing like essays, just get to the point. Do like this, say this, explain why, and that's it. Give you evidence. She was a proper, and she was so cute and petite. Very beautiful woman. She was absolutely stunning. She like Cheryl Cole, but a much prettier version.
See, and those are skills you've taken with you now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, big on my teacher. I had good teachers, man.
No, I don't think mine were bad. I think I was the problem. I'm trying to think. I'm still sitting there trying to rack my brain thinking there must be something. Because I just said they're the most important.
Now I remember my teachers. And my teacher from Nigeria as well. Mrs. Ojo. She was a character. She did not care. So basically we had like a tutor, right? She was my tutor. But she's also my teacher in school. And like she wouldn't care if I had homework. She would give you extra homework. So she got me doing multitasking.
They couldn't.
I had good teachers, you know. So I'm making fun of me in the chat
They
if I
couldn't get me
catch
to
you.
do
No,
homework.
it's what Kevin said.
You know what?
They couldn't get me to do homework.
They couldn't get me to do homework.
That's crazy.
Yeah, kids. Teachers. I remember. Like, it's always stuck with me. Her name was Miss Dawkins. She's like an old teacher, and I think she's one of the first people to kind of make me aware of my language, in terms of like not using bad language, isn't it?
Okay.
Because obviously, kind of like
I thought you're a Yoruba, weren't you?
No.
This sounds like Miss Dawkins.
Like, I'm the type of person, like, I would like certain things to be kind of perfect in it. So if I'm writing something, I can't have no mistakes on that page. If I start and there's a mistake,
I have to start again.
You know what
And I
I'm
hate
saying?
when I'm in the middle of the page.
Oh my goodness.
It stresses me out.
So I'll be like, then I'll be swearing in class. This like,
I was swearing in class. Damn it!
this is
I
like,
spent Thursday wrong.
this is like year one. Them times.
Okay, you are a menace. You're swearing in year one.
She was like, yeah, she's like, like year one teacher, yeah.
What swear was you using in year one?
Just the
Darn
S word.
it.
Just the S word.
Shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Year one? How old are you year one? You're like 5.
No, like 6, 7. Yeah, around them times. And she'll be like, Emmanuel, say sugar. And like, and it sounds dumb, yeah, but it's like, obviously I didn't really listen as much, right? But still, it's still stuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
I like that though, because she didn't just say to you, don't say that. Because
There
you
you
still have
go.
to get your frustration
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Say sugar. You say sugar today or did you say shit?
No, I don't see either.
Oh, look at that. Look
There
at
you
Miss
go.
Dawkins, man.
Yeah. It was the seed, innit? And then obviously when I got to the Nation of Islam, that kind of cemented the language thing. So Miss Dawkins and the nation.
You're ridiculous. You are ridiculous.
What about you, Ben? What do you think is the most influential profession?
I think it depends on the stage of your life. You guys have been talking about your childhood, your youth, innit? And yeah, one would suggest that they spend most time with you, educating you, so they have more input into your life as it pertains to how you're molded. Outside of that, yeah, come back to me.
Oh, wow.
Is your answer the same?
Wow.
Is your answer the same if I say who has the most impactful position?
Oh, okay. Impact was different. I think that would be teachers.
Okay.
Because, you know, some teachers, yeah, like, obviously I know people, you know, joke around about when was rappers love to say, like, oh, my teachers have never become something, blah, blah. But a lot of people, you know, a lot of people have stories like that. I think there are some teachers who, when they push you to your greatness, that actually follows you through life. And there's some teachers who plant seeds of insecurities in kids and negativity, and that can also follow you through life. I think impact-wise, I would say that.
I'd say politicians. Impact-wise, if you're talking about impacts, the people that have the biggest impact on us are the people that make the decisions. You get me? Lawmakers, lawbreakers, people in positions of power, they probably got the biggest impact on us.
I think that you have artists who have more impact on young people than politicians do.
Well, this direct impact. These are if they make the rules, they impact everything. They impact how we're shaped. They impact what kind of society we live in. Whether we live in a democracy or whether we live in a dictatorship. Whether we're allowed to hold hands in public if we're the same sex. Whether like everything. These things impact us every single day. There's nothing more important than the rules that we're living in that make up our society, regardless of what artists do or anything like that. If you think realistically,
I hear that. If that's what we're talking about.
I don't know. It's an open forum.
Cool. Then I'm going to raise you God.
Oh shit!
That'll do it. That'll do it.
It's possible. Just as long as it is. I'm living my God, it's good.
But are you sure it's God though? I've been telling people to go to church and must for eons. People don't turn up, man.
I didn't get that. One more time.
We're saying God is the most impactful, right?
Impactful, yeah.
But politicians, obviously, this is a bit wild. Just 'cause certain individuals, they can have politicians. They could live in a world that is governed by politicians, 100%. But then they might take their lives because of God. And politicians ain't doing that for them.
That's true.
That's the biggest sacrifice, isn't it?
True.
So what? So not God then, like religion. You think religion is has the biggest impact on us?
Aren't we talking about profession?
Yeah, being a pastor is a profession. And imam.
Boy, those ones. Stay for another day.
You think about it though. Look at how pastors affect like Africa, for example.
Exactly, they're twats.
Yeah, but are they the most like impactful and influential?
I would say influential.
Because you got presidents
Impact.
trying to meet with pastors and stuff.
You know, I don't want to think about Nigeria today. Like,
But is that when it is that they want to be voted in? When
Yeah.
you said that they're meeting with them, isn't that when they're on their run to lobby?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you can let your congregation know that this is who to vote for. Actually, yeah, that's all wild, isn't it?
That's
Now
what
I'm
I'm
thinking
saying.
about it. You're meeting up with the pastor so he can let his people know this is who we vote for, by the way, in this church.
Yeah, can you imagine? Because I guess he would just come out and say, God said, It's the right
Yeah,
candidate.
and they're always dreaming dreams.
Oh, sorry.
Damn Josephs. They're always dreaming dreams. Talking about, I had a dream that he became president.
This is it.
It's mad. Hate to see it. Yeah, I think impact is different for me, man.
So,
yeah, impact is different.
would you suggest I try a prostitute, Max?
Pardon?
Where would you recommend?
That you try prostitute or you prostitute. I was gonna say you ain't got time.
I'd recommend you be a prostitute.
Do you know
Why?
what male prostitutes?
You
yeah,
get a lot. You make a lot of
give.
money, man. I don't know how we're
That's the
gonna.
only thing.
Yeah, there's money meant to work around, man. I don't know how we're gonna market yourself, but I think the ladies will. I think you'll
the
be
accent.
highly sought after. That's what I think. Ladies,
Hey, ladies.
you want some Brent, man? I'm telling you.
Not you being the pimp.
Would you ever, man? Would you ever pay for sex?
Nah.
Why not?
Because I got it like that. And it even got to be like that.
I think it's maybe it's just conditioning, isn't it? I've always kind of had that a certain view that why should I type thing, and also I think how you were saying before, is it the transaction thing? I think it's also the idea that that particular person, for example, has been with like potentially 100 people that particular day.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think that just what I'm saying, it's kind of off-putting.
So
Yeah.
why are you looking down on Marks like that for paying for sex?
Who's looking down on me?
It's too late. It's done.
It's too late. That's the narrative.
So I said it.
Nah, man. You know what the thing is? Actually, nah.
I'm a man of the world. People can't look down on me for experiencing things. You get me? It's like, it doesn't. And whatever people think of me is none of my business. It doesn't change anything.
Exactly.
Don't care. I'm not missing any meals.
Don't
But I
care.
think like, you need to
Experience.
shit, man. You don't know what you don't know, man. When you
think
know
you got it
better,
in
you do
you.
better.
Yeah.
Knowledge
I
is
need
power. All
connections
these
to have
things.
sex, boy. I need connections to have sex.
I think Daniel said something earlier. Women prostitute themselves all the time for dinners and handbags.
Yes.
You see, the
That
thing
is a
is,
new...
see-
Oof.
There's still a transaction there.
It's still a transaction. Because
I
the
didn't
girls are
want-
calling it, being a city girl.
That's the thing. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
So you agree, Daniel?
Of course he agrees.
Wait, yeah,
That's
you're
what
willing
it
to
is.
put yourself out
Hella breathing.
to prove like views, but not this.
Please, man. Yo, these people. Hey,
You know what I think, yeah? Even when you're saying like transactions or whatever, I don't think there's... either way, I don't think it's anything to look down on people for, yeah? I think like each woman, it's her right to set out her stall for what her rules are. You get me? What her rules are for you to get this pussy. Like,
I'll be honest with you, yeah.
Whatever she sees fit, she's just allowed to lay them out. And if you want them as a man in transactions, you're gonna jump through them hoops. You're gonna try to say that. You're gonna tick off them boxes. Whether that be he has to spend time with me, whether that mean he has to earn a certain amount of money, whether that mean I have to get some of it, whether it's on dinners, whatever they see fit is their choice. Isn't it? Your body, your choice kind of shit. That's their rules, isn't it? Some girls will let you take it with less. Some girls you need more. And I just think it's just the game, innit?
Do you know what it is, yeah? I don't typically judge sex work. I don't actually. I don't judge it. I think each to their own. However, I am shy for the girls who have sex for dinner. Sometimes not even the bang restaurant like that. And really, ma'am. But again, sometimes you can't. It depends what each person sees sex as. You get me? For me, sex is it's a big thing. It's an intimate thing. It's a whole big thing. Do you get me? So it's very valuable in my eyes. But where I am shy, the girls I'm shy for are the ones who try and act as if they would look down on somebody else for certain things. Do you mean they would look down on other people, but then you're out here having sex for dinner? Because basically there's this current trend on TikTok here where girls basically go out, they're like, oh, I feel like eating this today, blah, blah. And then they go out and then they try and get men to pay their bills. And it just looks so pathetic to me.
I've seen that. They go
Because
out and
it's
eat
like-
by themselves and see if they can find someone to pay for
Yeah,
their
and it's like, and then there was this girl, she looked like a thief. She's constantly doing this to try and see if the man was looking. I was like, this is so embarrassing. I don't like embarrassing situations. So I would look down on a girl who looks at another girl who hasn't got nice things. And this is typically the attitudes that some girls have. They will look down. So for example, I don't carry designer stuff. They look down and be like, oh, like you're not really a it girl, blah, blah. But to get these things, this is what you're having to do. And you're not even happy to be doing it. but then you will look down on me and judge me.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what you're having to do to get a free meal.
Some girls just want the
Ma'am.
association. They don't even want the money. This is what I've realized as well. Why it's
Yeah.
sick because there's certain girls who like men with money, yeah. But in the way that they pattern themselves up, is like the guy ain't getting none if they're not breaking off no bread. They might not be
Yeah.
paying them personally, but I am
At least
gonna
gifts and stuff like
I'm
that.
gonna benefit from this
Yeah.
monetarily
Yeah.
at some point. Then there's some girls who like to hype and gas about being with guys with money. And they're not getting any of it.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't understand that. You're not getting any of it. Oh,
It's
you might-
association.
no, you might get a little meal here if he's gonna go out and eat and you're with him.
Take
Okay,
a
cool.
little meal.
He's
This is
gonna
horrible.
feed you too, innit? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? But he'll probably pay for his brother's meal if he was out eating with his brothers. But I'm saying that you don't put nothing in place or set anything up so you actually benefit from this money. You're just
What do
you're
people
just
think?
around it. You're just associated with it.
But you know what
and
it is,
that's
though?
enough for some people.
But you know what comes with that though? Is that there's some guys who would not see that. They'll just be like, oh, she's been with this person. She chills with like big boys. And so they get new clients off of the perception that this is who they're rolling with. This time there's no benefits here. But then some sucker's going to come along and then give everything that he thinks I'll be competing with this non-existent gifts the other guy's
Okay.
giving. Do you get me? So
Yeah.
it's like perceptions to kind of get you what you can with men who are lower value men. Not to quote Kevin Samuels, but you get me? But yeah,
This
it's interesting
Yeah, this is why
world we live in.
like judging is just pointless. This is why. To me, again, like one of my main things, as you guys know, is it's just economics, man, and that's always gonna be the number one thing for people, I think, above everything else. So if somebody has to openly be like, look, I'll sleep with you for £100, or I'll sleep with you and I get a meal that's worth £100, I don't see the difference at all.
If someone says what? Oh, sorry.
So if someone's sleeping with someone for £100, for
Yeah.
example, but yet, and then you get some girls looking down on those girls, but are doing the same thing, but for a meal that's worth £100.
I don't see the same. Yeah.
There's no difference to me.
I think for me, I'm very big on owning your shit. If you own it, that's fine. But when you're someone who passes judgments of other girls and you make other women feel like they're less than because they don't have the things that you do, but the things that you're doing to get those things, you're not even so proud of it that you would say, yeah, I slept with him and he got me a Birkin. It's not that kind of it's not that kind of vibe. You just pretend as if this is all you're self-made.
Yeah.
And then you look down at other people. These times that was handed to you and you had to work in a different kind of way for it. Yeah, I just don't like that kind of energy anyway, to be honest. But we are living in very, very interesting times. Very interesting times. Because I do think about how just that whole begging for stuff, man. I really hate that begging culture. I really don't like it. Ugh, very icky.
Mark, I want to pay for some. Like, what's the best place to go to get some?
First of all, we will not be promoting
Exactly.
about www.getyourselfaprostitute.com.
No, it's just Mark's experience.
I wouldn't know where to tell you.
Is it so many that you can?
No, because in this, I don't know where no buildings are in this day and age. I think if you wanted that, you could just go online. You get me? Oh, go on adultwork.com. You'll find something.
Have you got discount for that?
No, I'm not signed up to Adult Work.
TDA 10. That's a discount code.
I'm not like a big advocate of paying for sex. It's not like my thing. I've got an addicted personality. If that was something that I'd done, I'd probably do it all the time. So I try to stay away from those kind of things. But like I said, I've experienced it because I like to talk from a place of knowledge, and you know what I'm trying to say. So if I'm going to talk to you about something, it would be something that I've experienced, and if I haven't experienced it, and it's something that I'm interested in, I would add it to my bucket list. You know, I've got an extensive bucket list of things that I want to try.
Have you ever been to a sex party?
That's for a conversation for a different day.
And that's that on that.
But you know what, yeah, with sex parties though, yeah. I don't know why, but I get the impression that certain things can happen, but it's not like guaranteed. It's just still a party. That's just kind of, obviously I don't know, I'm just asking pretty much.
I think it will more than likely be guaranteed because you're going there with people that are that way inclined.
Yeah.
This is what the mindset is.
I think
So
you can
there's
have
people.
wristbands as well.
Oh.
To indicate what your vibe is.
Oh, that would be good. We could add that.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, I'm saying there will be people that would be going, maybe like first timers or people that are shy or whatever, that will go there and not know what they're getting themselves into and possibly not do anything, but the option's there, innit? But if it's a party and if like you're there with like-minded individuals,
That's what
there's
we're here
people
for.
there's people that's going there that's
For that,
what
yeah,
they're going
yeah.
there for, and those ones are gonna turn up. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can get involved whether you want, but I know what I'm going there for, so it's more than likely definitely gonna happen.
Gonna happen.
Would you attend one, Emmanuel, if it was a pro-black convention?
I mean, there's strength in numbers.
Oh dear, that's so funny. That's hilarious.
All right, thank you.
All right. That's it?
Yep.
All right, let's get into our next headlines. Girl Suella Braverman, who's telling the police to get tougher. The Home Secretary Suella Braverman has accused police of failing in their duty to The Home Secretary Suella Braverman has accused police of failing in their duty and demanded an intensified crackdown on Just Stop Oil activists disrupting the M25 motorway. It's another reason for you to not like her, Max. In a rare move to criticise officers in the midst of an operation, Braverman told police chiefs at their annual conference that she expected a firmer line to safeguard public order. Indeed, that is your duty. There has been increasingly disruptive action in the campaign by Just Stop Oil to highlight the climate emergency. Essex police said on Wednesday that an officer riding a motorbike was hurt after a collision with two lorries during a rolling roadblock introduced because of the actions of an activist on London's orbital motorway between junctions 26 and 27. Just Stop Oil, which is JSO, said about 10 of its supporters had climbed gantries at various locations, and police said activists had locked their heads on to infrastructure in a new tactic. Hertfordshire Constabulary said the protests were causing significant disruption and potential harm to the public, and that officers had been instructed to act as quickly as they can using their professional judgment to remove and deter protesters. The force also announced an inquiry after an LBC radio reporter was arrested and held for 5 hours. The Met Commissioner, Sir Mark Rowley, defended police action, saying chiefs could not place snipers in motorway gantries or risk decapitating people attaching themselves to the infrastructure with bicycle locks. Braverman in her speech labelled those taking direct action as extremists, causing serious disruption to the life of the community. She said, although most police officers do an excellent job, sadly in recent months and years we have seen an erosion of confidence in the police to take action against the radicals, the roadblockers, the vandals, the militants and the extremists. But we have also seen the police appear to lose confidence in themselves, in yourselves, in your authority, in your power, and institutional reluctance. This must change. Criminal damage, obstructing the highway, public nuisance, none of it should be humoured. It is not a human right to vandalise a work of art. It is not a civil liberty to stop ambulances getting to the sick and injured. She really is a brave one, isn't she?
I wanted to get sacked, man.
And then my next bit of news as well is, this is trigger warning, guys. And this is a Bristol Abbatoir workers murdered. Damn. Okay. So is it abattoir?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 abattoir workers tortured 2 acquaintances to death before mutilating them in a gruesome echo of their butchery work. Ionas Valentin Bobok, who's 22, and Jacob Bebe Shers, who's 46, are accused of the murders of Denzel Mackenzie and Fahad Hossein Pramanik in Bristol. They were killed in Mr. Mackenzie's home in Easton on 11th of September 2021. Mr. Bobok admits murdering Mr. Mackenzie, but denies killing Mr. Pramanik, while Mr. Shers denies both murders. The jury heard the 2 defendants from Hillfields had met Mr. Mackenzie, who was 56, through their work at the abattoir near Bristol, where their job involved making incisions in the bellies of pigs. Ew. They would sometimes drink together at his house. Mr. Pramanik, who was 27, was unknown to either defendant and had been visiting Mr. Mackenzie from London on the night of the murders. Prosecutor Kevin Dent KC said he had been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Text messages between Mr. Bobok and Mr. Mackenzie revealed the defendant had repeatedly sought loans from the victim. The messages suggest Mr. Mackenzie had sought sexual favours from Mr. Bobok in exchange. On the night of the killing, the court heard that Mr. Bobok allegedly tricked Mr. Mackenzie into allowing him and Mr. Shers into his home by claiming he had a special gift for him. When the murders were discovered, police found the mutilated bodies of both victims in the living room of the Wood Street property. Mr. Mackenzie had been stabbed 23 times, while Mr. Pramanik had been stabbed 3 times to the back and abdomen. One of Mr. Pramanik's wounds was 18 inches, which is 46 centimeters deep. The defendants allegedly tried to clean up the scene by wiping blood off the walls and other surfaces, while thick black car paint had been sprayed on the bodies and all around the house. The pair were arrested when Mr. Bobock told his family what he and Mr. Shez had allegedly done. They initially thought he was joking or drunk, but later decided to call the police. Mr. Dent said the defendants have never given an account that even comes close to explaining all of the injuries to these two men. Neither Mr. Bobock nor Mr. Shez have disclosed to the police at any stage why Mr. Mackenzie or Mr. Pramanik had been repeatedly stabbed, why they had been tortured, or why they had been mutilated after their deaths. He continued, the two defendants were clearly acting together in these two killings, either by both causing the injuries or one causing the injuries with encouragement or assistance of the other.
An abattoir is like a slaughterhouse. It's where like meat gets chopped up and stuff.
Oh, is it?
Animals and stuff. Yeah.
I stink. That's horrible, man. That is very, very horrible. This is what we were talking about yesterday. I was saying about, there needs to be somebody to get life and death penalty. This is death penalty type of crime. This is wild.
Just seems so unnecessary.
It's mad. Gosh. But yeah, man, hopefully the families of these people get justice that they need and they can go to jail forever, to be honest. But guys, let's get into Word on Road. Sorry? So my first bit of news takes us to Nigeria, and it's about two TikTok stars in the northern part of Nigeria, namely Kano. Basically, they were arrested and essentially sentenced for defaming the state governor, Abdullahi Ganduje. So I guess they must have done that some kind of parody, comedy type thing. And basically, they were arrested and they both pled guilty, even though they asked for leniency. But what they were ordered to... The sentence, actually, yeah. What the sentence was basically 20 lashes each. As in, like, the cane. Lashing, like, yeah. So 20 lashes each, and to pay a fine of 10,000 naira, which is equivalent to about £15 now, the way the naira is going. And to also clean the court premises for 30 days. So community service, public flogging. Why are you laughing like that?
I can be just lashing people like this. 2022, you know?
So they do. This is what they do in the north.
They are insane.
They're mad. So okay. What the sentence was, they had to pay money, monetary sentence. They had to clean up the courts for 30 days, community service, and then public flogging as well. However, Amnesty International got involved, and they said the cruel sentences must be quashed, and that the TikTok stars must be immediately and unconditionally released. But I will tell you guys now, that don't mean shit. That doesn't mean shit in Nigeria, mate. They could tell like there's someone to do with the movement. I don't know if it's NSARS or if it's the Yoruba Kingdom situation, but he was arrested and fined, I believe. And then the courts said he should be released and that the government need to pay him money. From what I know, this man is still in jail. So anyone saying people should be released and whatever, but hopefully they do get released because that's wild. But unfortunately, anyway, they've been whipped in public, they've been flogged in public, and they've also paid the fine. Wow. But the lawyer said, you know what, they're not even trying to appeal the judgment. Because in Nigeria, there's no point. There's really no point. There's just no point. It's not going to get you anywhere. They're not going to unflog you. And they're not going to give you the money back. So, but hopefully, though, these guys can be released and they will actually listen to Amnesty International. Hopefully, because it's an international body, they will take it seriously. The past hasn't really shown that, but hopefully with these kids, they would. Because that's just out of order, man. People should have freedom to say whatever they want to say. And really and truly, if you weren't doing anything very stupid or funny, they wouldn't have any comedy to make on TikTok. But yeah, so hopefully these guys are free and are released, because that is very, very wild. And then my next bit of news, I talked about Spice last week and how she was ill. And there were so many rumours about, what happened to her. She went in for surgery and blah, blah. And obviously at the time her booking agent, I believe, came out and said that she's fine. She's not in a coma. But Spice is actually back on the gram and has actually given more... she basically shed some light on what was wrong with her. There is some Jamaican slang in there. I'm going to avoid those just because I don't want to be disrespectful. Is Spice Jamaican?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God. Whew, okay. So Spice says, thank you. Thank you, Jesus, for saving my life. She says, hey, bestie, I'm in a better space today to properly update you on my current health situation. I suffered a damaged hernia a few days ago that sent my body into sepsis. As a result, I was rushed to the hospital for immediate surgery. As you know, I've been off social media for a while to rest mentally. So little did I know that during my medical scare, it was already being said that I had a heart attack, I was in a coma, and I also died. But none of that is true. Is someone calling you my word and road? I know you lying. You have no manners. Yeah, so she said...
Did you answer?
Oh, it was already said that I had a heart attack, I was in a coma, and I also died, but none of that is true. However, I'm still recovering from what really happened, so thanks so much for all the prayers and concerns. Please take great care of yourself. Eat, live, love, laugh like it's your last day. I love you all so much. And she said, you know, she's always going to be herself. And yeah, talking about to the promoters and all that kind of stuff. But all in all, Spice is good. Spice is doing better. She's recovering, which is very, very important. And so, yeah, it's good. My next bit of news is about Dan Schneider. I don't know if you guys he's the guy who produced a lot of shows on Nickelodeon. So he's actually very, like, as a kid, I remember seeing a lot of Dan Schneider works. I know with like Zoe 101, iCarly, Victorious. Yeah, there's a lot of shows that he produced. He's a proper big exec over at Nickelodeon. But like in 2018, I believe, he basically got called out for his, trigger warning, for his sexual inappropriateness in so many ways, to the point where Nickelodeon basically cut ties with him. Like a lot of child stars have basically come out and talked about the madness that he used to do, the grooming, all the weird stuff, very controlling behavior, disgusting behavior, very inappropriate stuff that you would not want your children to be around or to have that, basically. Just very inappropriate behavior. But one of the latest accusations from one of the girls from Zoe 101, Alexa Nicholas, and she basically said how like he used to pay to take pictures of children's feet on the set of the show. So he would pay. He said he would literally go around with money in his hands. Obviously, yeah, he would go around with money in his hands and then ask to take pictures of the kids' feet, and he would give them money, obviously. But then he was like, she also said how some parents would actually allow him to do that. They would take the money and allow him to take pictures of their feet. So she was recently on a podcast. Just in case anyone wants to listen to it, it's Christy Carson's Romano's podcast. It's called Vulnerable, I believe. And yeah, she said he had a digital camera and he would go around with money and ask to take photos of the kids' feet, their toes. And this is not even the first time this bit of news. So my iPad is supposed to, yeah. This isn't the first time this bit of news has come out. And she said she remembers her mum saying like, don't go there. Like when he's around, don't be around him. Don't do that kind of stuff. And even one of the other actresses, what is her name? Sorry guys, I'll find it. But yeah, so she was, she recently had a memoir. And I think I spoke about it. I think I did. And basically, Janet McCurdy. And she talked about how so I think in 2013, before the allegations came out, she kind of had a video. She was kind of the first one to really speak out about his nonsense. And she was like, look what you've done to me. So she always talked about how she suffered a lot mentally as a result of, what he was doing and his treatment of her and all that kind of stuff. It's very, very disgusting. Very, very disgusting. But I don't understand. I don't know if he's got charges against him. Because in my mind, he should be like, you see how Harvey Weinstein is like the face of Me Too? He really should be as well. If not even before, like, it's weird. But then also what people have found as well, in like a lot of the Nickelodeon shows as well, there's like a lot of like overtly sexual, inappropriate scenes as well. But obviously because they were kids, they didn't know what they were acting. So there's a lot of feet stuff as well, where that they play with each other's feet and someone have their feet in their mouth. And
what is that? All the shows that he was making?
Yeah. So all the shows that he was making, he found a way to add his disgustingness into it.
Is this all stuff from back in the day that they're finding out?
Yeah, so the stars are basically speaking out. Because he would also like kind of threaten them. So it's like, if you don't, like, you're not going to have a show. You can have a spin-off show if,
Give me your toes.
Yeah, okay. no, that's the way I was going with it. But yeah, if you do these things and whatever, allegedly, you can have your own shows and stuff. So a lot of child stars are messed up. They're proper messed up. But yeah, I don't know what his situation is, whether he's been arrested. I don't know. But he's just a proper disgusting man. It's very, very horrible. But he controlled a lot in that. He controlled like a lot in those scenes and everything. And it's just, when you read the stories, it's just very, very nasty. But yeah, man, hopefully these girls and everyone who's affected by his behavior can get healing in the way they need to, because it's just horrible. And then my next bit of news, I mentioned it yesterday, is that Vogue is basically suing 21 Savage and Drake. Drake really did act the fool with this album, boy. So they're being sued for over $4 million because they basically use fake Vogue covers to promote their new album. And Drake is so ballsy. I don't know, what is Drake going? Drake is going through some things. Because basically they did a fake Vogue cover. And he posted it up and he said, this one he was going to promote the album. He said, me and my brothers on the newsstands tomorrow. He then said, thanks at Vogue magazine and Anna Wintour for the love and support on this historic moment. How are you gonna lie? So obviously. And then apparently that they did say Vogue did reach out to him and his team and 21 Savage that they should take these things down, because they did not endorse it, and they refused. So now they could be going to court. And also they promoted it on those shows. Yeah, they did that's it. They did a parody on Howard Stern's show as well, and SNL. So yeah, so they're basically coming for the monies, man. They're coming for the monies. I even saw a report yesterday. You ended it?
No. Sorry.
I even saw a report yesterday. Apparently, Ice Spice's Bikini Bottom is doing better than the album. But I'm not sure if that's true.
What's Bikini Bottom? Sorry.
Ice Spice's song. Ice Spice. You know his fake child.
Oh, the SpongeBob song.
Yeah.
Is doing better than what album?
Her Loss.
Look at the monitor, man. Yeah. Marcus.
What?
Can you see how you're positioned in the film?
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, apparently so. But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, man. So they're being sued for that, and I'll let you guys know what happens with that if Vogue win. I reckon Vogue will win. It's weird because he's cool with Anna Wintour as well. So I don't know why he would do these things. I don't know. This guy's going through a lot to get some help. But my last bit of news is actually to do with the UK. I don't know if people remember. I believe it was 2 years now. So there's this. She's an influencer. Her name was Nicole. And she was going out with this guy called Bogger. And basically they were dancers. Like, she was a really, really good dancer. She's been on like different tours and all that kind of stuff. And they were expecting a child. And it was so sad. Yeah, it was 2020, the 11th of July, 2020. And she was pregnant, and they were YouTubers as well. And they'd put up like the whole journey to the pregnancy when they told their families. It was a very, very beautiful journey. She was very popular in the Black British scene. And she unfortunately passed away. She and a baby passed away, and it was so sad for everybody because like they were very likable. Her and her fiance were very likable characters. Like you saw when they basically prepared the baby's room, did a vlog of that. Like it was so like the next thing is just for this baby to just come and enter their lives, and they were so out loud about how much they loved each other. And she sadly passed away, and it was just so difficult for people to see, and with him as well, it was so horrible. Like it was very, very horrible. But anyways, so they've never really said exactly what it was that happened, but they kind of did allude to negligence on the hospital's part, and that if they hadn't been negligent, she and the baby will be here today. So basically, they are taking them to court. There's a whole court case going on. So they hadn't spoken about it, but in the past couple of days, they said, I'm just going to read Bogger's post. So her sister's posted, I believe, I have her sister, her mum, and then he's posted as well. And they said, many of you have been wondering what happened to my wife, Nicole, and my son, Rain. Believe us when we say it's been so hard to keep quiet, but we have had to approach this the right way. There has been a legal battle, and we have been trying so hard to push for justice and accountability. Yesterday was day one of a 3-day-long inquest. I believe the last day would have been yesterday. So yesterday was day one of a 3-day-long inquest. Today we go again. So keep Sam Dolphin and the family in prayer. We hope to get answers. Please share this post along with #JusticeforReignThea, because they should be here with us today. We love you, Nicole and Rain. This one's for you. So I'm just spreading awareness about this for everyone to go on their page. His page is global_blogger, and just repost it and do the hashtag and just show them love and support in that way. I can't imagine like the pain. It's so weird because there were such like bubbly characters, and when she passed away and the son passed away, it was weird. It's like you just saw the light strip from him. Like he was so down, and just you could just tell this guy was like going through it kind of thing. I think only recently is he trying to like do stuff again, get back into music and stuff. But yeah, because he's a musician as well, and like Ghana and stuff. So yeah, man, if everyone could just go on their posts and just show love and show support, and even if you just drop a heart emoji, and hopefully they can release more information on what happened, and they'll be getting justice, and the right people will be held accountable for this very, very sad loss. But yeah, that is all from me today. Let's get into the People's Journal.
All right, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. All right, so I think earlier this week I was talking about awaiting some more information on Jeremy Hunt's budget plans and stuff like this, yeah? Well, there are some rumours which have surfaced, and he's getting a lot of criticism for it. And the first thing, well, the main thing is basically that they're looking to reinstate a 50p tax rate on the higher earners. So remember, it's 45, right, currently. If I'm not mistaken, Kwesi Kwarteng wanted to reduce that. Yeah, and obviously everyone complaining about, oh, you're giving more money to the rich, this, that, and the third. Well, this guy's he's just gone the complete other direction. It just seems like socialism right now. Obviously, it may seem like I'm exaggerating, but to go back to 50p, which is something that the Tories haven't done, and it was also part of the manifesto of the Tories in 2019 as well. He's considering going against that. Nothing's been confirmed as yet, but it's looking like this is what he's going to reveal, right? Also, the threshold for actually starting to pay that top rate at the moment is 150k. He wants to reduce that to 140. So again, like I was saying before, I'm about cutting taxes, no matter what tax it is. Yeah, this guy is going in a complete other direction. I feel like I'm talking about a Labour economic policy right now. Yeah, for real. And yeah, anyway, he's getting a lot of criticism. You got someone who came out, Paul Johnson of the Institute for Fiscal Studies. He basically said tinkering with the top rate was unlikely to raise significant sums for a government scrambling to fill a hole in the public finances of up to £60 billion. I remember saying this before. I think Proverbs that day, big up Proverbs, called in as well that particular day. And I was talking about how if you raise taxes, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get more money. And if you look at America, they did it, like 4 presidents have done this before in the past, right? I can't remember who the 4th guy is, but JFK did it, Reagan did it, Bush did it. They all cut taxes and they all got more money from taxpayers than at times where tax was increased, basically.
Because they were spending more?
Who was spending more? What do you mean?
Example you just gave. Is it because they were spending more?
Yeah, but who's spending money? As in the government?
No, the people.
No, it's from actual like tax in terms of like your income tax, you know what I mean, like from working and things of that nature. So basically, what it is if tax is so high, people try to find ways to keep the money. You know what I'm saying? And so you just won't put it into pardon me. You're going to put it into certain things so that you can keep the money away from the government. But if the tax is less, a lot of people won't go to those extremes because it's like, okay, you know, it's not that much anyway. Let me just pay the tax. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fine balance. But typically, people who don't have that economic acumen, they just think, oh, you know what? Increase the tax, I'll get more money. And this guy is saying the same thing here, that you're pretty much not going to get any significant increase or any at all. You know what I'm saying? Because people will find ways to hide that money. He also basically said, you doing that also kind of sends out a negative impression of what your government's going to be doing in terms of the future. Because if you go into these extremes, it kind of highlights the fact that you don't really have a long-term economic plan to find money in other areas of life. You know what I'm saying? So, again, it'll be interesting to see how the markets respond to this. But Jeremy Hunt, he's always had kind of like a more centre-right kind of view on things anyway.
But so what he's doing is not a typical conservative
No,
approach.
not at all.
Why is Rishi allowing him to do this?
Yeah, Rishi's kind of centre-right as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Rishi's always been kind of like centre-right. But this doesn't even seem like centre-right. This just seems like left.
So why is Rishi allowing it to happen?
I have no idea.
Obviously, when Rishi was voted into power, obviously not by the people then, people were saying that, yeah, he's the right guy for the job. He's the right guy to lead the Conservatives back to favour. So this particular move, again, obviously you're saying it's just rumours right now. But one can tell that they're just testing the waters, right? Yeah. Maybe he thinks this is actually going to work.
What will work though?
Whatever he's doing.
See, this is the thing, and I'm glad you said that, because if this is the plan to maybe get the best of both worlds, to actually have a Tory government with Labour policies to stay in power, then maybe, you know what I'm saying, that may be the end game.
Okay.
But if in terms of fixing the economic status of the country, this is a terrible idea, in my opinion anyway.
So they're playing the long game for when election time comes.
Potentially. Because Labour will pretty much do the same thing. If Labour is going to come into power, they're going to increase taxes. They're going to do all this nonsense socialist bollocks, right? So if these guys can get to it first, why do you need Labour?
So they're adopting some Labour like moves to basically look like full Labour so that the people them love them again.
Maybe, yeah.
Would you support that?
What? No, not at all.
No,
I don't
if it
like
means
the
they're
policy.
playing the long game, Emmanuel. If they're playing chess,
Yeah.
so that when it is election time comes around, then they're like, ha, 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 and then they do what you wanted them to do.
I mean, if they're going to do this, then I might as well just remain voting for Labour, innit? Because, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, but you're saying that they're tricking people to get their favour so that they vote for them.
Yeah.
And I'm saying if they do that and then change their mind,
Yeah.
would you be right with that?
I mean,
Politics, right?
yeah, I guess I just respect
Boris
it.
Johnson
innit?
did it.
I guess, I guess I'll just kind of respect it.
All right,
Because
okay.
both sides, like I always say, both sides are crooked in it. All I care about is the economic policies because that affects everybody on a day-to-day. And if these guys are doing the same thing as Labour, which to me, fundamentally, I typically disagree with those economic policies, right? In terms of a more socialist point of view, then it's not something that I would look at favourably. You know what I'm saying? So,
And yes, Tariq, you need to call in. You might just not read in the chat, so
oh, sorry,
you're
what's
not
Tariq
talking
saying?
to anybody right now.
Oh, what he said? Yeah, their policy is a windfall tax. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He said some other things, but
Yeah,
you
he
might
said.
Oh, okay.
you might want to just carry on doing people's journals, sir. Don't you worry about that.
Wait. Let me see this.
No, you don't have to.
Imagine he's like, yep, we're on the same page, Tariq.
Nah, it's not on your page.
Tariq, we'll discuss this another time.
You might never be in the same book.
my economic policies are not stuck in the 80s. They stuck in the era where it worked. You know what I'm saying?
To the ease.
No,
I'm joking.
they just work. You know what I'm saying? They just work.
Yeah.
Like you can't increase tax. Again, it's not me saying this alone, you know. The same guy from the Institute of Fiscal thingy is saying the same thing.
Tariq needs to call in if he wants to have a chat with you. So until
Tariq, you
then,
can call in, man.
you go off. You
Continue
go off.
saying.
propaganda, please, Emmanuel. Uninterrupted.
But you notice in there, I'm not supporting the Tories here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they're
All-
looking like Labour.
No, it's because of the actual economic policies. That's the only thing I care about. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I think that's the way for black people. That's what affects everyone, basically. You know what I'm saying? And if those policies affect black people in a good way, that's what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I just don't see how this is going to affect the entire nation in a positive way, personally. That's what I think.
Mags, I beg you tune into LBC today. Come back and then see what the streets are saying regarding what you mind saying.
I will.
Thank you very much.
It's on the car now, so when I go home.
Good. Thank you.
All right. Also, let me see. Yeah. Oh, anyway. Nurses, basically. Remember I was talking about nurses potentially going for strike action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. They have voted to strike. So remember I was talking about them letting the...
No, you can finish your sentence. This is your show.
Yeah, I know. It's because
Hello.
it's because of the sound,
Oh,
innit?
yeah, okay.
Hello.
All right, yeah, go.
Morning, can you hear me?
Good morning,
Yeah.
yeah, we can hear you.
How are you, man?
Tariq on smoke.
Yes, Tariq, what you saying, man? You right?
Wow. At you,
Yeah,
man.
not too bad, mate. Yo, like, I was just checking up for you, and like, because you sound triggered by your fire this morning.
No,
Yeah,
I'm fantastic, man. So what, do you like these
Well, you don't
policies?
sound like it.
Tariq, do you like these policies?
I'm never... Huh?
Do you like these economic policies?
Well, we don't know the details yet, but
Exactly.
Just by one league policy of like increasing the top rate to 50p,
Yeah.
that's triggered you this morning. I've never seen you shake your head so much in 1 minute.
But it's also, remember, reducing the threshold as well. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I get that. If I'm honest with you, like, I feel like this always happens like just before they bring out budget.
Yeah.
And the thing that people don't like about it, like, they will always leak it. So then if there's a backlash, then they'll get rid of it before, isn't it? 17th of November.
Yeah, 17th.
Yeah, but yeah, like, the reason why I said, like, your political, well, your economical view, like, is stuck in the 80s, because I understand where you're coming from, and if it was like in a strong economy, and like we had like a political structure that better like every part of society. So yes, the rich can get richer, and the middle class can aspire to get richer, and then like the people at the bottom can then aspire to be like to own their own homes or to get into the middle class. Yes, if that was the case, that would work.
Okay.
But from your way of thinking, our thing is, if we tax the rich, then they'll just find other ways to hide their money. Then we'll be getting less money like through tax. But why are we just being like, okay, let them just hide their money then? Like, that's not how it should be working. It should be like...
Do you see the... Sorry, Tariq. Do you see the point you're making, though? You're saying, why should we allow them to do that? That's a completely different point.
Yeah.
The fact is, they will do it. And if they do it, will they be effective? Yes, they will.
But they'll do it now anyways.
No, but
they'll do it now anyway.
Exactly, but they'll do it more. Because now you want more money from me. Can you imagine? 45p now, and I'm doing a little bit. You want to take 50p?
But we don't know they're doing a little bit, though. So what if they say, for example... So say, for example, like, say, instead of paying 100% of what they're meant to, they're now paying 80%, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we increase it to like 50p, and then they're still paying 80% of what they're meant to. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
but why do you think it will stay the same? If for example,
if I'm honest with you, like, if they can get away, of hiding more of their money right now, even whether it's like 45p or 40p, they will still do it. So there's clearly other reasons why they can't hide that much.
No.
I just hate this notion of like, they'll do it anyways kind of thing. Like, well, we should be putting their feet to the fire. Like,
Tariq, look, people do this all the time. Yeah? This may not be the best analogy in the world, right? But people slow down when they see speed cameras, right? They'll be doing mad speeds, see the speed camera and slow down. You put more speed cameras, what happens? People slow down more, right? So even though, for example, you're saying I'm gonna hide away 80%. Sorry, I'm gonna hide away 20%, right now.
Yeah.
Because you have to realize the motivation for this. I'm hiding away 20% because I don't like the fact that you're taking 45% of my income, right? If I now hear that you want to take 50% of my income, why would I remain hiding away 20%? That alone is incentive to try and keep more money because you're trying to take more money from me. You understand what I'm saying?
Nah, I don't know.
What typically
That
will
makes no
happen?
sense to me whatsoever, if I'm honest with you.
It should make perfect
Because-
sense because if like just think of it on a normal individual scale. You don't want somebody to take something from you, right? You're a kid in school. You got a cake. You keep a certain portion to your side, right? And say, you know what, cool. Everyone in class can eat a certain amount. I'm going to take this home for me and my family. Then you hear that there's going to be more people in class eating. You're going to try and take more because, again, your slice is going to be infringed upon. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen. That's basically the motivation behind it. And again,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
and also,
But I feel like
Tweak, one last thing as well, yeah. Also, you have to bear in mind, this has happened.
Man said the red velvet. I'm pretty sure that's all.
So yeah. What do you call it? Again, this is not just theory. This has happened. So it's only happened with 4 presidents, for example. I know, obviously, my example is in America, yeah, but the principle still applies. Only 4 presidents have done this, and all 4 presidents have had the same effect. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at stats as well and people's patterns of behavior.
But you got to remember as well, like those presidents, when they've done it,
Yeah.
they were coming out from like a economic downfall.
Where
so
are we now?
at that time, well, we are right in the middle of it now. So we're not in like, so when it was getting to the 80s, like the economy was coming back up. So at that time, and also you got to remember as well, at that time, the tax cuts they were doing, it was coming down from like 65% to 60%. So it was a lot higher than what it is now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those tax cuts were needed. Yes, there was still tax cuts, but the tax bracket was so high up at the time that any cut would have boosted the economy anyways. You know, your point about like, yes, these people, they're keeping away 20%, and then now that they're paying 5p extra, they want to keep it. They want to keep it more. That's almost like saying, if we kind of like just let them like get away with that thought, it's almost like them being like, oh, well, I was only keeping 20%, but now I'm going to keep more. That's like them throwing the toys out of the pram, and we can't just be like, oh yeah, let's not like tickle their feathers. Do you know what I mean?
No, but Tariq, you see the point again you're making, right? You're saying we shouldn't allow it to happen. I'm saying cool, we shouldn't allow it to happen, but it will happen. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking at the effect of a particular policy, whether it's right or wrong. Again, that's a separate issue. But will it happen?
Yeah.
This
Well,
is how people
I mean,
behave.
this is another. To be honest, this is another conversation in terms of like us not letting it happen, because then it goes to like the inland revenue as well. The fact that they have more people being investigated for, say, benefit of fraud that is like literally like thousands of pounds, and then the rich don't ever get investigated. But that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
But my point is, we cannot be stuck in like the economical views from the 80s, because trickle down economics, like we've been kind of being fed that it will work. How many more years are we gonna like just let it happen?
The
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, but I don't know what government in my lifetime in this country has implemented this so-called trickle-down economics. I don't.
I mean, from 2010.
That you call that trickle-down economics?
Well, it was kind of like light. It was kind of light, yeah.
That's not no trickle-down economics.
No, they started it.
Nah.
But I don't think it worked. They haven't executed it well. They haven't executed it well. I mean, if I'm honest with you, you're right what we said earlier about Jeremy Hunt being like to the centre right of the party. But I don't think Rishi Sunak is like centre right. I think it's more. Nah, it's more to the right of the party. And this is why I was saying, like, when I was predicting like Jeremy Hunt will stay, that he needs Jeremy Hunt there, because at the minute thinking more about like, yes, in order for us to now get people back on board, we do need to implement like economical kind of like theories where it's better for the working class people, just a little bit, just kind of like good feed them a little bit, and then maybe like they'll vote for us.
I hear you, and this is why I was saying that earlier, that it might be that type of strategy. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of economics, to me, that's just bad economics. It's not really going to be better for the working class. You know what I'm saying? If he wanted it to be better for the working class, why not leave in Kwesi Kwarteng's reduction to 19p? He's increased it to 20. He hasn't increased it. He remained the same, innit?
30
yeah,
seconds.
but we're yeah, no, that's fine. I'm gonna get off now, anyways. No, to be honest, we don't know what he's done for the lower bracket, anyways. Okay. This is just what's been leaked. What's been leaked is just the top bracket, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so we don't know what he's done. So let's just wait for the 17th. And to be honest with you, I reckon they're gonna be they're gonna get rid of this anyways, because there's gonna be a backlash from the right of the party.
Yeah, I mean,
all right. But yeah, good talking to you, bro. I'll catch you later.
All right, man. Thanks for calling, man.
Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Marks,
Yo,
can you call that?
can I call what?
The exchange.
Pardon, sorry?
Who won the exchange?
It was a tie.
All right, hear that, Tariq? Thank you very much.
He started off strong, but he was getting swayed by the end.
Because I gave facts and figures.
What have I told you about the word facts? You're not allowed.
What I'm saying could be verified. But anyway, let me continue. So I was talking about the nurses going on strike, right? So the walkout will involve the Royal College of Nursing members in more than half of the hospitals and community teams, but emergency care will still be staffed, right? Nurses in every service in Scotland and Northern Ireland voted for the action. Also happened in Wales as well, except for one health board. But surprisingly, in England, the turnout was too low in nearly half of the NHS's trusts for strike action. So it's not going to be happening in England. Yeah, man.
Not going to happen.
Not in England. No, it's going to be happening in Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales.
Why not England?
The turnout was too low, man.
So they're going to get the raise then?
No, they made. Boy, I don't know.
No, but now they don't have leverage.
Yeah, there you go. This is why if you're part of a union, you need to,
you need to show up and show out. Damn.
You have to.
That's sad.
You have to.
The Scots and everyone else going to get raised, and the UK people are going to get 2%.
Imagine they had the same mentality as the Just Oil people now. They would have all come out, all voted.
Do you know what it is as well, yeah? All they have to say is all they have to just do is be outside for 5 minutes. That's a massive, in a hospital, that's a proper big risk because there's people literally hanging by the balance. All they have to do is just threaten and be like, we're all going to do this. I don't even think they would even get to the point where they actually have to walk out for the government to take them seriously. Yeah. That's sad.
And this is the thing. If they voted for it and the government saw the figures, they would do something before it actually got to that point. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but anyway, like I was saying, hopefully they get to resolve the whole situation. Let me move on from there. Kenya, right? So we're going to the continent. A lot of farmers in Kenya are kind of putting up some type of resistance to the government, and the reason this is because there was a 10-year ban on GMO crops, right, in Kenya. Did you roll your eyes?
No, I was trying to think, and then my eyes came back down and I rolled my eyes.
Okay. Right. So basically, they were against farmers using GMO crops, right?
Yeah.
Genetically modified organisms, right? And but now because there's been a lot of drought and stuff, they basically say, look, if this drought continues,
so basically they want them to now use it.
Yes, exactly. So what they're saying is, guys, start using it basically. So.
I wouldn't want that though, because when I think of back home, as in African countries, even the Caribbean, in my mind, this is where you get the purest of foods. This is where you get the mango that is just really, really. Do you get me? You get the purest of foods. I don't want, genetically moderated.
This is it, man. Yeah.
Because over here they got the bananas looking like plantains. Ridiculous. Have you seen some bananas that are so big?
Huge.
I'm like, what the hell is going on over here?
Crazy. Yeah. But yeah, so basically what they're saying is the seeds are going to be planted on 500,000 acres. And those actual seeds are going to be drought resistant. So they modify these seeds.
You're the same guy.
Yeah, to be drought resistant. Because the nation needs food, man. So yeah, long story short, some of the farmers are kind of scared that this is going to be the new way going forward, and also people are worried about their health as well. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously it's not really as common as it is, you know, in this part of the world. So yeah, that's something that people are kind of worried about. So yeah, that's
That must be so scary. It must be so scary. Because what the hell do you do? Like, gosh, that's a lot.
And the next thing is
you say you need some bitter leaves. Agbo jadi jadi. It's the worst thing. You ever drink that?
What was that you just did?
Who?
You just said something.
So why'd you say what I did? So racist. You ain't sick.
Wait.
You heard me say
Wait,
something in my native
wait.
tongue, and you said I just did something like it's a party
so
trick.
beautiful. I
No,
would
we
like
didn't.
you to
You
repeat
liar.
it. I'd like you to repeat it.
This is a drink called Agbo Jedi Jedi. It's so sour. So basically, when you got, what is it? When you got like,
Man, can you say that?
Say what?
Emmanuel, can you say that?
now we know you can't.
no, I can't, man.
It's also beautiful. Do
You say you're coughing.
it again.
That's why I keep doing this. What the word?
Do it again.
Don't say do it again like it's a party trick. What the hell is going on here? It's called Agbo Jedi Jedi.
Ooh. All right, thank you.
I was like,
I'll find you a Yoruba woman. She can speak Yoruba to you all the time.
So what is it?
It's basically like it's a herbal drink, and it helps with like if you got I think it can help with constipation. It can help with like a bad stomach. Yeah. It's a herbal drink. It's very horrible. Like
it's the worst thing you could taste, man.
Oh, it's the worst thing you could taste. Worse than ass. It's horrible. It just ain't it at all.
Somebody said it isn't a drink; it's a medicine.
Yeah, it's effectively, yeah.
But it's still a drink, right?
Yeah.
Drink is medicine.
You just
Drink it. What we're trying to question my Nigerian. Hello, man.
All right. So, Uganda's president, Museveni, he's basically come out kind of sending shots at the West for this whole COP climate summit, right? He's basically saying, look, why are we having to suffer because of Europe's return to coal-fired power plants and things of that nature, right? So he's saying, let me get the quote. We will not accept one rule for them and another for us, right? Europe's failure to meet its climate goals should not be Africa's problem. And I agree, man. I agree. The thing is, the last time they met, if I'm not mistaken, there was, where is it? Yeah. So the wealthy nations, yeah, they actually pledged $100 billion a year since 2020 to developing nations to help them build resilience and green their economies, right? This hasn't been done. So they failed to actually do this particular thing, right? Africa's carbon footprint also is the lowest of any continent, yeah? Accounts for around 3% of global CO2 emissions. 3%, you know? This is Africa. And this is why, obviously, he's come out to say, you know, we will not allow African progress to be the victim of Europe's failure to meet its own climate goals. It's morally bankrupt for Europeans to expect to take Africa's fossil fuels for their own energy production, but refuse to countenance African use of those same fuels for theirs. Yeah, he basically just said, yeah, it's brazen double standards, hypocrisy. He was going in, man. So yeah,
It's about time we start standing up for ourselves.
this is it. Hopefully, you know, people actually listen.
I know how that
You know
goes.
what I'm saying? But yeah. And the last thing is something we kind of touched on before about Twitter. Remember, they were getting rid of their stuff, yeah?
Oh, yes.
I remember I was also mentioning the fact that he's kind of allowing some people to come back, innit? Well, that doesn't apply to the one office they have in Africa, which is in Ghana, yeah? So, Twitter has fired nearly all its staff in Ghana. Yes, which is the home to its only office in Africa.
So he
So-
said,
Yeah.
You know what he said anyway.
Maybe they just want someone at the front desk, and
That's it.
that's all. That's
And
all.
passing
It
the
is.
queries to the other nations.
There you go.
Is he gonna hire some more people?
We don't know that, Brent.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? This might be the beginning of just closing up the place, isn't it?
Do you know what Elon is doing to Twitter? He's just figuring out as it goes. I feel like he's got a runaround in the Twitter HQ. Because basically yesterday they did a rollout, yeah. So you know how the whole official pages thing and the verified thing. So basically people that are verified now have another verification. So basically when they tweeted, yeah, it would be like, it would have the verified tick, but then under their name it would be like official and then have another tick.
Okay.
And people were like, this is weird. So someone complained about it and he was like, oh, it's fine, it's gone now. Just like that, he just took it off. He's like, oh, sorry, I think of something else. I feel like he's just trying things out as he goes along, as and when he feels like it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's mad.
But I guess like any other business, you may try little freebies, little, you know what I'm saying? So maybe, he just wants to, figure out the best way of running it. But yeah, man, some people that were working there in Ghana have spoken out. One guy pretty much said, look, it's very insulting. Under local law, laid off staff must be paid redundancy and should be given 3 months notice, right? As opposed to under a month in the case of these Ghanaian employees who were told that their last day of employment will be on the 4th of December.
I thought you said the last day of employment was the day you're working.
No,
Then come back tomorrow.
Nah.
That's horrible. So I hope did it not get redundancy pay then?
Well, I think if it's exactly the same thing as what Elon was doing, which was in America, they get 3 months severance.
Okay, I hope they do.
So I think they do. I think they get
That'd
3
be
months
horrible.
severance. Yeah, but of course, yeah, they'll just be chilling in it, having to look for new roles and things of that nature, man.
There's a lot of people losing their jobs.
Yeah, man. Apparently, the staff were sent messages about the end of their contracts to their personal accounts after being denied access to work emails. Imagine.
Whenever I'm on annual leave for a prolonged period of time, and I go back to work and I forget my password, I always think I got fired, you know.
Imagine.
My God, they locked me out.
So are you saying these guys may have just forgot their password?
Nah, I think they were locked up. They were definitely locked up.
Yeah,
That is very, very
definitely.
sad. But I don't know. But the guy, anyway, I just hope people get the pay that they need, and I pray that they get new jobs, soon. Because it's very, when you think about the climate of and it's an economic crisis all over the world.
Yeah.
And literally, even just before Christmas as well. Not that that means much, but for people it does. Just for Christmas as well, you've got people losing their jobs. It's horrible.
Yeah. And it's not even like it was a big office. Imagine this is just one office in the whole
He's
of
rude
Africa.
for that. He's rude for that. He's rude for
And-
that. He said we don't need any reps on here.
Can you imagine? I guess how many people work in that office?
It better be 1,000 at least.
Nope.
If you say 25,
How many people do you think, Mark?
Work in the office.
in the Twitter office in Ghana.
Yeah.
50.
Okay. What do you think? You said 1,000, yeah?
No. I feel like maybe 75. I don't think they need that many people in Ghana throwing out Twitter from Ghana.
And Brent, what do you think?
11,000.
Okay.
That's the whole nation of Ghana, mate.
20.
Oh, no way.
20, yeah.
Oh, he's rude for that.
Could have kept them on.
He could have kept them on.
Right.
The only person that's not getting fired is the gate man.
I'm telling you, man.
He's just the person. That's really horrible.
What's
20
the gate man?
people. The man who opens the gates.
Is
I
it?
don't know what you expected from me, bro.
Is it always a man?
Yeah, actually.
On what gate does he open?
Your house gate. So basically, a lot of houses in Africa, they will have people who mind the door, mind the gates. So they'll be the one to open the door when visitors come or when you drive out, when you come out. It's basically he's like a, what do they call it here? He basically oversees the land.
The grounds.
The grounds, that's it. What's it called here?
Caretaker? Premises manager?
Who?
Premises manager? Does he
No,
get food?
Yeah, it does.
You'll feed him.
Yeah. And then, actually, no. Not always. It's not standard that you must feed them. But you provide the housing for them. Because they live on the grounds, innit?
And do they have a little hut that they basically just sit in, like a little
Yeah, like
shed?
a little... Yeah.
Yeah, the
right
gate,
by the
yeah.
door.
Is there electricity in there? Can you watch TV and stuff?
Yeah. Don't have radios though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So a
And-
security guard.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or we just call him
Gate man.
gate man.
Yes. So yeah, only the gate man's hired at the moment, man. And yeah, that's the end of the people's
First of
journey.
all, sorry. No, it's a bad day when Kevin Thompson's trying to agree with me on something. Sir. He said security ain't a female job. Esther knows that. I do not know shit. Okay? I'm telling you what it's like in Nigeria. Women can do whatever they want to do. When you go to clubs, women can pat you down. There's female security guards here and they do what they need to do. So no, Kevin Thompson, we do not see each other on that one at all. Please, let's get to the next headlines. Oh no, it's Wellness Wednesday. Just work a joke today.
Walk a joke.
All right.
All right. So, I'm going to read out something, yeah? First, I want you guys to tell me if you think it's actually real, right? And then, yeah, we'll go on from there. So, there's a guy by the name of Palmer Luckey, and he's a leader in virtual reality, and he's the founder of a company called Oculus. Better known now as part of Facebook's Meta. Yeah? I could be making this up, by the way. Just to remind you. He's created a VR headset, yeah? That will actually kill the user if they die in the game. Cool. So,
Sounds like an E-man fact to me.
so players will put on this virtual reality headset, open a new game which is called Sword Art Online, which is based on the Japanese anime and novel. Anime and novel of the same name. So the players must fight their way through a 100-floor dungeon to escape a mad scientist's virtual world. Yeah, the device is connected to 3 explosive charge modules above the screen that are aimed at the player's forehead. Yeah. So if the guy dies in the game, the microwave emitter will go off, and it will just obliterate the.
What country is
the
this
human's
person
head.
from?
Let's say America.
No, let's not say. What country? America. Okay, no then. I think it's a joke.
Japanese.
If he was Japanese, then I would definitely say woke.
Why? That's like saying.
Squid Game.
It's a real
They do these
it's a
things.
real story.
Ah.
Okay.
It's a real story. It's going around like that. I didn't click it to open it up and read.
I want to be
but
surprised on TDA.
no, but it's a real story though.
So, but is it real though?
Well, it's based on a the anime that it's based on. That's the premise of the anime. So the kids go in there, and then the evil scientist guy traps all of them in there, and then obviously it's a RPG game where you run around whatever, and then they realize that if they die in the game, they die in real life. So then everything gets all serious, and they get trying to come out of the game. So it's a real thing that they're trying to emulate here. So maybe, but I don't know how that would get off the ground.
It would have to be an underground thing, like
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like Squid Game. You can't do that.
Or can you?
Can't.
But yeah, man, Mark's right. Obviously, he's
That's
seen it as well.
wild.
It's going around, but yeah. So you guys can answer the question already. But do you feel like it should go into the market?
Okay, so it's not real at the moment.
No, it's not in the market, but it's real. They've created this.
Has anyone tried it out yet?
No,
It's not real. It's a concept floating about.
no, but they've actually done it.
Yeah, but did the person die?
No, like no one's
did he win the game?
no one's played the game to, you know what I'm saying. But the headsets are there, the modules are there, the game is there. You just need to put it on.
Well, how would he know? So if I die in the game, how would the thing know is it going to be in my house? How would it know to kill me?
So basically, yeah, it's connected to the 3 explosive charge modules above the screen, and it's aimed at the player's forehead. Yeah.
You got a duck.
But yeah.
Thrill seekers, I think they'll be up for that.
What kind of
Yeah.
thrill is that? I think that's a stupid way to die.
But yeah.
Telling God you were messing about with a VR set.
Nah, man, it don't matter how good you get at these computer games. You can die at any second. That's not worth the risk, boy.
What is your mum?
I think people will be up for it. Certain like
Of course they would. People are weird.
No, an expert maybe, but to make yourself an expert, you have to put the time in, and that's when you're gonna die.
Even then, you just
no,
have
you
one
risk
bad
it.
you can
guy.
practice.
Huh?
Practice without the element of the explosion.
I don't know if that's gonna be allowed. That would be too
No,
easy.
what I look.
Oh,
whatever
that's
we're
true,
saying,
you know.
we've just went through, I don't know, a few months of seeing people do weird stuff that we wouldn't even fathom to do, right?
Yeah.
I 100% believe that there is a market for this in some people's heads. 100%.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, people with MH and that.
And then when they put mad prices, like the things that you can win, I'm telling you.
Squid Game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
exactly.
telling you. Incentivize it. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It's giving Squid Game.
If you were done bad, like real bad, and you're like, well, I can die on the street or in couch anyway, and there's a possibility of like earning $1 million for something that you think that you can master because you're delusional. Obviously, you think you could do everything.
But there's computer. What if it glitches and I die, and I wasn't supposed to die?
Exactly.
Right.
Like, what if the game froze and I got killed? That
Just shooting
Maybe
up
there'll be like
place.
insurance.
who do I take that out with?
Insurance. He can't spend it. He's gone.
No, but it, like you
Down
know,
bad
the
twice.
family will get maybe half the winnings.
Not
or
family.
something.
They didn't put the work in. See, they're not the ones that don't.
But
Listen.
Marks, when we're on the street, like we risk a life every day, B.
Yeah, but it's something you got more control over.
No, man. I'll prostitute before I do that.
Like for me, if you got the confidence in the game, yeah, and you're expert at the game, then you might feel confident enough to try your hand in it because you're saying, right, no one can't kill me. But to get to that level, you have to play for it. And it's taking the risk is there.
But what if there's
just-
like demo versions? So it's like, you know, the demos out there, you know what I mean? The charges are empty or whatever. And then obviously, when it's time for the real game,
Yeah, that's crazy.
What
I
just
personally
said-
would
I
never
just
play
said
that.
The training.
yeah.
I said I don't think they'd allow that because make it too easy. I personally would never attempt that.
No,
Like-
100%. You might not do it because you're seeing this as there's failure here or written all over it. But there's bare people who be like, but I am actually going to work just to have like 5p that might last me this, that, and the next. And it's not for me, it's for my family. I'd risk my life. If it is, I know full well I could possibly get 20k to give to my family. I see that happening.
I'll be honest though. I'd watch it.
What?
I'd watch someone
Serious?
playing it to see them make it. The thrill, the excitement. Oh my gosh, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it.
But then their head is just gone.
It's like, ooh.
You ain't just
didn't
gonna
make
say,
it.
"Ooh." It'll be horrible, you know.
Of course, it would be horrible. I felt horrible watching Squid Game. I'm not watching season 2. So imagine this. This is mad.
Yep. But yeah, this guy basically said, look, he's a smart guy. And he was able to hide it from his employees, regulators, contract manufacturing partners. Yeah, but
He created his secrets and said, hey,
yeah.
this is what I've been working on.
Yeah, man. He said, I'm a pretty smart guy, but I couldn't come up with any way to make anything like this work. Not without attaching the headset to gigantic pieces of equipment. Yeah.
Rebecca said it best. She said we're straying far further away from God's light. This is mad. Even the mind that would create such. What happens to the dead bodies? So the family's just left with like burying that. Like this is mad.
Yeah, but the family gets a lot of money
From what?
from the...
He didn't.
No,
need
he
to
died.
attach the
He
thing.
didn't
He
win.
could have just done it by lethal injection. He could have put a lethal dose of something in the helmet, and then you just get.
Ooh, spanner.
Okay.
Spanner. Beow, 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 beow.
You're in charge of the
Suppose,
sound. You could have pressed that.
yeah, true.
It's too late. Oh, dear.
Suppose, Marks, right? Terminally ill patients, terminally ill patients are given an opportunity,
To fight for their life.
not for their life. They're gonna die anyway. To
terminally
fight
ill.
for some money, right? Participation is gonna give you 20k for your family, right? You winning it will give you 1.5. Don't tell me they're not gonna get contestants. They're 100%.
Oh yeah, because if you got nothing to lose, if it's just for terminally ill people playing it, then yeah, definitely
There you go.
there's a market there for it.
So you endorse it.
But does endorsing it mean what, like tweeting the link?
You're an egg.
All right, I'm not gonna continue. Go
No,
ahead,
that's
Stan.
wild, man. That is wild. Well, the man to let us know if it's a worker joke is not here, so I think we move on. Right, let's get into our next. All right, so a shop owner is gifted $1 million for selling the winning lottery ticket. Joseph Shahid says he loves selling lottery tickets and he'll love it a little bit more after Tuesday's world record-setting US Powerball jackpot. The store owner has received $1 million, which is equivalent to 808.
Yeah, he's going through it.
You man is
Immune
not
system
okay.
in the bin.
The hell? You might want to get some cow down your down you. You're doing a lot, sir. So the store owner has received $1 million, which is equivalent of £880,000 bonus for selling the winning ticket at Altadena, in California. The grandfather of 10, who arrived in the US from Syria in the 1980s, said he was excited but will return to the shop as usual at 6 a.m. every morning. Oh. One ticket scooped the 2.4 billion jackpot, according to the Powerball. Mr. Chahid, said he did not know who had bought the ticket, but hoped it would be someone local. As for his own plans, he said he would help his children. My son is expecting a baby in 2 months, so we are excited. He said, according to the BBC's US partner CBS, we can have a nice celebration for another baby. Tuesday's jackpot was the world's largest lottery prize. The odds of winning it were set at 1 in 292.2 million, according to Powerball. Powerball tickets cost $2 to buy, and a winner can choose to receive a lump sum payment, which almost every winner goes for, or the full jackpot amount in an annuity paid over 29 years. If the winner of Tuesday's record draw opts out for a cash payout, they will take home 997.6 million in one lump sum before taxes. First of all, wasn't it a 2.4 billion jackpot?
Yeah.
So why am I only taking less than $1 million home?
Taxes. I thought.
So all of a sudden, everyone gets taxed. Rich people get taxed.
No, remember, it's two different people. So the winner
Yeah.
gets the billion or whatever, but the guy who just sold the ticket.
Oh, that's what he gets.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the winner gets this. I said,
No
what?
way.
All of a sudden now we're trying to tax rich people.
Wait, so wait.
When I
What's two
win.
different people? What?
Yeah, so basically it's just a gift.
Yes, it's a gift. He got a bonus for selling the winning ticket. That's lit, though. That's lit.
What from the person who won? Or?
Yeah, I think so. See, I was trying to figure out if it's from the company or the person who won, but I think it's from the person who won.
Oh, that's a good thing to do.
Because why is the company really...
If I actually won like that, I don't play the lottery, but if I did, I would give the person who sold it to me.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Nice little 50k, hold that.
I don't give them shit. I paid for that shit. I don't give them nothing. That shop ain't never seen me again.
Start my own shop.
Yeah, I'll buy the shop. I say this shop's good luck. I'm buying this. What the fuck?
You're such a capitalist. Right, so good-looking female college students' grades dropped after or during COVID. Let's find out about this. Attractive females saw their grades drop when classes and exams moved online during the pandemic, a study suggests. Adrian Mehik, a postdoctoral researcher at Lund University, analysed the scores of 300 male and female engineering students in Sweden before and after COVID hit. A panel of more than 70 separate participants was asked to grade the attractiveness of each student based on photographs of their faces. The study found a significant decline in average college grades among attractive female students, but only in qualitative courses where teachers and students were more likely to interact. These include classes like business and economics, where exams and coursework are graded subjectively. In quantitative courses, like maths and physics, where answers are usually simply correct or incorrect, the same trend was not observed. There was also no trend among males. Mr. Mehik told DailyMail.com, the results were not surprising because attractive people are known to have higher salaries and have other benefits in the workplace. A University of Wisconsin studies published last year found attractive people make up 9% more money than their peers. Attractive people are thought to have more confidence, so may be better at presenting and public speaking, previous research finds. That's interesting.
Hilarious.
This is very funny.
What is it? What, that surprised you or something?
Yeah. I don't mean your looks is getting you better grades.
Of course it is. Pretty privileged to get you everything. Yeah. Of course. It's if there's something that's, especially if it's a course that's like potentially subjective,
Yeah.
you get me, where the tutor can decipher your answer and stuff like that, you're gonna have
Support
more
is
leeway to like pretty people. The ugly people are gonna have to be exceptional.
Mm.
They have to work hard, don't they?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Whether it's wrong or right, whether that makes sense to me. There's bias in everything. Pretty bias, racial bias, all these things. So some of these men, especially for like the male teachers and that, they're probably not even realizing they're doing it. You get me?
Yeah.
Their heads in the clouds. You get me?
It's true. There's some girls who never have to buy a drink in their life.
Cleavage and that. All these things help, man.
Love it. All right, let's get into our sports, into the reaction, the sports headlines.
Straight. People, welcome to Reaction, our daily sports news review. You know how that goes. Esther loves it.
Oh, I love it. Live for it.
There was football yesterday, Esther.
I know.
Do you know?
I do know.
It was amazing. It was the Carabao Cup.
Love it.
Well, let's get into these Carabao Cup results from Wednesday the 9th of November. Oh, off the top, just straight off the bat, we're just going to go into this.
You're very happy to go into this, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Tell your face that.
Huh?
Tell your face you're not happy to go into this.
Shock result. I don't want to call it a giant killing because they're more on par than their fan base would care to admit to. But Arsenal got dumped out of the Carabao Cup last night, losing 3-1 to Brighton and Hove Albion.
Okay. It's the extended version and everything.
Why are you doing that?
My hand slipped.
But let Arsenal fans tell it they're happy to be knocked out of that cup because it's an Egypt Cup and they can concentrate more on the league.
Exactly.
Well,
I don't like losing, to be honest. So.
yeah, no one does. Newcastle and Crystal Palace drew 0-0, but Newcastle went through on penalties. They won 3-2 in the end. And another shock result, North London is down bad. Nottingham Forest beat Spurs 2-0. And Lingard done the Gurdy. Yeah, dancing on you lot. Horrible. Southampton and Sheffield Wednesday drew 1-1, but Southampton went through 6-5 on penalties. West Ham and Blackburn Rovers drew 2-2, but Blackburn won and went through on penalties. They won 10-9. That's a giant killing. Yeah, two different leagues. Wolverhampton beat Leeds 1-0. Sorry, people. What else have we got here? Liverpool and Derby, they drew 0-0, but Liverpool went through 3-2 on penalties. And the tie of the night would be Chelsea, Man City. Chelsea got their ass kicked again. They got sent home 2-0. So all the London clubs went home yesterday. Well, what a shame. There's games tonight. Obviously, my beloved Manchester are playing. We've got to play Aston Villa again, who beat us 3-1 on the weekend. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Call it.
Huh?
Call it.
I hope we go out. Aston Villa win. I don't need Carabao Cup. I don't care about it. That's why I'm not making a big deal that you're not getting knocked out because it's only the Carabao Cup. No one cares about the Carabao Cup, do they? Any predictions for?
The people in the comments are saying Charlton is still there, so one London club is still in.
Oh, no one cares about
They're
Charlton.
just fact checking you, bro.
No one cares about Charlton. And when we talk about London clubs, we mean Premier League clubs. So all just Charlton supporters out there, mind your business. I was talking about the big boys. You know what I'm trying to say? Who cares about Charlton? Who Charlton playing tonight? And no one gives a shit. That's what I'm saying. So there's no London clubs left in the competition. I'll stick by what I said. Let's get into some of these headlines. George Weah is being criticised for wanting to go to Qatar. Let's see what they're saying here. The Liberian president, George Weah, has informed the Senate that he plans to spend 9 days in Qatar to watch the Football World Cup. Mr. Weah, a former footballer, left the country last week for a number of foreign visits, but not all of his plans have been disclosed. His son, Timothy, who is American, will be in the US squad at the World Cup tournament, which kicks off on the 20th of November. George Weah played for top European teams, including AC Milan and Chelsea. The 56-year-old switched careers and was elected president of Liberia in 2017. News of the president's foreign trip plans has angered many Liberians. Some have taken to radio call-in shows and on social media to criticize him. They say it would be inconsiderate of the president to go to Qatar at a time when many people were dealing with a crippling food crisis, as well as uncertainty over the conduct of much delayed population census, which Mr. Weah postponed recently for the 6th time. Mr. Weah's staff, who haven't responded to questions about the cost of the trip, have hit back at his critics, saying the president's foreign visits would yield huge dividends for the country. So, payback. We're going to get something back. And last but not least, our final sports headline.
I know you lying.
So it's the final sports headline. Just a little update. Just a little update on TDA's main man.
Main man. Who would have thought?
We stand with in solidarity.
I don't know who he is. You're getting very happy with your finger today, Brent.
Sorry.
With them things, the sound effects.
Well, Kyrie Irving meets with Adam Silver. They met. It went down. I didn't know. Let's see how this went down. The suspended guard met with the NBA commissioner Adam Silver on Tuesday, according to The Athletic. The Athletic noted that Irving and Silver had a productive and understanding visit, paving the way for the Nets and the suspended star to work through his steps on a potential path forward.
Growth.
The Nets suspended Irving as they felt he was unfit to be associated with the team after he was labelled unapologetic for tweeting a link to a film that in and amongst a host of other information designed to shed light on the claim that African Americans are true descendants of the lost tribes of Israel contained anti-Semitic material. Brooklyn gave Irving a 6-part to-do list. He must complete in order to return to the Nets, which includes completing sensitivity training courses, donating $500,000, and meeting with Jewish community leaders. Irving has since apologized for tweeting the link and his initial response to being tested on it. However, General Manager Sean Marks does not seem to be in a rush to bring Irving back, who will miss at least the Nets' next 2 games. Marks said on Friday, "We're going to give him some time. It's up to him. Again, his actions will speak louder than words. And if he wants to participate in that, we will see where it goes." Wow.
Right.
Yeah. Big up Kyrie, man.
Stand strong, my brother.
100%.
Stand strong.
We're with you in spirit.
And
You look at your partner over there when you say you're with people in spirit.
I'm summoning you.
I can't. I am unsummoned. I'm summonable.
Well, that is the end of our sports headlines, the reaction. Let's get into Done Out Here.
Please, Brent.
Let's get into Done Out Here.
I'm so scared.
Understood the little gremlins in this particular framework is ridiculous, man.
I know, babes. You're doing a great job.
Yeah,
We
I even
appreciate
tried
that.
it at the beginning. Everything was running sweet, and here, bam, when we start talking about Kyrie, boom.
Honestly, it's Iman spirit. It's ridiculous.
It's those people, they've infiltrated everywhere.
Anyway,
Who's done out here today, Marks?
This one's going to be short and sweet. Trigger warning, I think. I don't even like saying that. I just like people just get triggered.
Emmanuel,
Yes, man.
point to the camera and say what?
You need a 6-step training.
Entertainment purposes
Thank you.
only.
Okay, then.
For entertainment reasons, you need a 6-step training. Oh,
Who
dear.
is done out here today? Well, this story is I think it's still going on. It still needs to be unfolded. But Mahek Bukhari is a TikToker. She's a TikTok star. Okay, we're going over into the Asian community
Okay.
because there's crime in the Asian community too, and they be getting in over there. They be getting it in. So let me give you a bit of a background into this story while I was looking into it, because I was reading it wrong first. Should I tell you what I thought it was
please.
first? All right, cool. So basically, there's a young man who has been killed over an affair with an older woman. So this young man, 21, he's been head over heels in love with a 45-year-old woman, and they had an affair for 3 years, and then things took a turn for the worst. I think he was threatening to expose her to her husband and stuff.
You can't have that.
And somehow he ended up dead. The TikTok star, Mahak Bokhari, is the daughter of the woman who was having an affair. I initially took this story in that her boyfriend was having an affair with her
With his
mother.
mum, yeah. With her mum, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Okay. That's what I thought it was.
That's what I thought it was, but I read it through and I was reading it through earlier, and I'm nearly sure he wasn't in a relationship with a young girl. No. He was having an affair with her mum. Her mum's 45 and she's married. He started falling head over heels, started causing problems. You know how they get when they're all loved up, talking about, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that, I'm going to say that.
Men can't just keep it together, can they?
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Gad clan thing. And I think the daughters come to get involved now to try and keep it under wraps. Apparently, he was led to believe he's going to go and meet them. Yeah, the daughter or one of them people are going to give him £2,000. This is payback for the money that he said he spent during the relationship. You know what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
He was spending a lot of money on the wife. While he was supposed to go and meet them, he gets into a high-speed car chase. And I believe it's the daughter and her assailants that's chasing him. You get me? So apparently it wasn't going to be a friendly exchange, because if you're chasing someone, if you chase someone, what happens when you catch them?
Yeah,
Something
exactly.
usually happens, isn't it? Yeah, so it wasn't going to be a friendly exchange. Here's your money, you go about your business. No, they started chasing him, and sadly to say, him and his friend, I think they're both 21, they crashed in the car. They crashed, and I think they died instantly. The car burst into flames and these things. I'm going to guess that's what the trigger warning was about. And they died, sadly enough. And now the daughter is being trialed for murder. She denies murder, and I think she wants to go with more manslaughter or something like this. But yeah, the case is still going on. I want to see how it plays out. But like I said, I read it wrong. I thought there was a lot of skullduggery going on. I thought it was his girlfriend, and he was cheating with the mum and all this stuff. But the more I'm reading it, if I'm wrong, someone let me know. But the more I'm reading it, it doesn't seem like that. I think the daughter's just got involved to defend her mother's honor. You get me? Her and some goons, some guys chasing him down the road. He's even called the police while he's being chased. You get me? They got receipts. He's calling them saying, yo, they're going to kill me, boom, boom, boom. They was racing up to speeds over 100 miles an hour through the mean streets of Leicester. You get me? Like, that was dangerous. But I don't know how she's going to come out the other side of this one. You're chasing the man so far, and I'm guessing she had goons with her and stuff like that. And then he crashed, and then he died. You kind of are responsible. I don't know if that falls under murder or manslaughter or whatever. But again, it's like, if you was chasing someone, what was you going to do when you catch them?
Yeah.
It's like
you
when you
cause
got
the death as well.
It's like when you got a weapon on you, yeah, and even if you haven't used it yet, and you say you had it for your protection, yeah. When you say you had it for your protection, you're insinuating that you would have used this had you got in trouble.
Yeah.
And then that's where you get in trouble. That's why it's not a good defense, if that makes sense. With her, I don't know what defense she's going to use. I don't know what's she going to say. She was just wanted to talk. I don't know how this works. But
Okay, never mind.
No, go on, what are you going to say? That's not what it. That means it was good.
How do you know if you're being chased?
Sorry, what?
In a car chase, like, how do you know you're being chased? If he was going to meet them and he's driving, they pull up behind him, for example, because he would have to be in front. How does he know he's being chased?
I just should have read this more when I had the chance, yeah. But I think she was with people, yeah. So she was with henchmen, yeah. If you would have been aware if we're going to meet each other, what car you in, or whatever. Alright, cool. So you're in that black Range Rover over there. If I see you and I'm coming to meet a girl, and then I see two other men in the car, and I think, oh no,
Something ain't right.
something ain't right, and then I drive off, and they drive behind me.
Yep.
That's how you know you're being chased.
These are talking about the sirens. I'm talking about the girl chasing the guy, man. These are too fast.
Did they say the sirens?
The sirens, like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, they weren't no police chasing them. They was doing their own. They wanted to get this guy. I think they was gonna put a beating on him, innit?
Yeah, I think they were gonna.
That's probably what they was
gonna get
do.
jumped.
He was gonna get jumped, innit? He was gonna get rushed, and he was like, "Nope, nope, you're not touching me."
It's mad though, because they did all of that, and the husband knew anyway. Because then someone messaged him.
Well, the husband, someone messaged him off a fake page, off a page with the youth's name, but it never had no followers, innit? So it was a fake page. So he didn't think. Not that he didn't think nothing of it. He just done the good youth thing. He just ignored it. He didn't even tell his wife.
Oh, that's good though. But it would have planted a seed. Do you get me? So she did all of that. This time he would have found out anyway.
Yeah, the kid was about to mash it up. I don't know if you should engage or indulge in these activities if you haven't got the heart for it, man. Like when you're doing adultery, like you know the setup, man.
I'll be honest, I agree with that. I think don't be out here cheating with people. So first, that's why I say that I'm not for cheating, but if you were to cheat, you got to cheat with someone who's got something to lose as well. Someone else has got a wife.
Yeah.
So if you try to tell my husband, guess what I'm doing? I'm telling your wife.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If we have that, we can hold each other accountable. But if you're cheating with people that have nothing to lose, especially when they're young as well, out here catching feelings unprovoked.
Yeah, these things always happen. These people just ain't got the stomach for it. She should have known better. She's 45 years old. She's married. She's got kids, and he's 21. All that experience she's got. She's probably on a Kama Sutra thing. He wasn't ready for this. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, she should have.
You can handle it.
No, she should have knew. She should have knew this was gonna end bad. You know what I'm trying to say? That in life, you got to be better with the decisions you're making, man. I'm not telling you don't cheat or not. I'm like, you got to do whatever makes you.
That's it. I'm not telling you don't cheat.
No, do whatever you see fit. Do whatever makes you happy, but you got to live with the consequences for it, man. And you just got to concentrate, man. Check your mirrors, man. You got to make better decisions, man. You're just slamming up these little kids and throwing it back on them, and then you know what I'm saying, like and. Confused when man start acting all crazy and out of character. No. But yeah, the trial's still continuing. I would like to know what happens, so I'm going to try and keep my eye out to see whether she gets done for murder or not. You get me? I'll keep you abreast of the situation. But as it stands, she got involved in her mama's business, and now she's on a murder trial.
So what was we like kind of unsure about? If he was with the daughter?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't think he is.
I don't think
No,
he
he
is.
wasn't.
No.
She was just. She's probably trying to defend her mum, you know.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
right.
because they do
right,
content together, she couldn't afford for her mum to be down bad. She needed her for the content. Because why are you defending your if I found out any of my parents were cheating, they're together, like I'm disappointed. I'm not helping you get rid of your side piece.
Yeah, for real.
Don't want me to say anything. God pay me, but
that's loyalty though. She wanted to. He was going to blow it up. She wanted to keep it quiet. She wanted to keep the family together. She wanted to hold her mumsy down. I hear her.
Yeah.
Initially, what she wanted to do, she had the right idea. I think chasing and killing him was the part where she messed up. Yeah, that was the bad part.
Maybe the dad is is a maniac, innit? So
he's not, because he got a DM and he didn't act on it. Trust me, a maniac would have acted on that. I know I'm acting if I'm getting a DM like that.
Oh, so what? Wait. So the dad got a
did
DM being informed about the situation?
Yeah, so basically
he got on TikTok. Someone left a comment.
Yeah.
I think it would have been the boy. It probably would have been the boy. He made a burner account and he left a comment saying your wife cheating and all that. But like I said, the account never had no followers, so he knew it was a fake page or whatever, and he just turned a blind eye to it. He didn't even mention it to the wife. So they went through all this to try and save the marriage, and in the end, everything just blew up anyway.
Yeah.
The husband knows the wife's a cheater. She's essentially an accomplice to murder as well. Yeah. Don't know if that relationship lasts.
With the mum and the
dad.
And the daughter.
No, the mum and the dad.
No, he's got to leave her now.
Innit?
But I reckon he might be. I don't know. I think he'll find another one.
Well, yeah, it's all going on over there. But like I said, I'm gonna keep an eye on it to know go on, to see whether she gets done for murder or manslaughter or just whatever. But yeah, man, she is done out here, man. She's an influencer on TikTok. I think she's got lots of thousands of followers. So I'm sure some people know her in the Asian community. You'd have to tell me if you know her.
I want to try and look for her TikToks.
Just see what she's doing.
Yeah, see what her content was like.
Probably some
Brent,
speed racing.
You need to be real with your friend over there, Brent.
Who?
Yeah, I'm telling him
Now
now.
you're
It's
selling
a
dreams in the comments.
Trip Canada is a daily show that covers all sorts of topics. Each day you tune in, you'll know when to call in. So it's no specific time, but make sure and continue watching. and then you will know when it is that you get triggered and you will call in, to be honest. But there's no set time, so.
And that's that on that.
Mm-hmm.
Mugs, that's it.
Tariq said the mum's dirty. I've seen a few of the TikToks. She's trying to hold on to her youth. I want to know what she's doing. I want to see.
Do you see that? There's a screenshot in there. And she's out here, she's trying to be, she's out here trying to market as a MILF.
Oh, did Brent put a screenshot in?
No, like here, on the thing.
No.
Oh, on
You
the.
can kind of see having an elite mum, you can kind of see what kind of vibe the mum is on.
Oh, is that the mum?
Yeah, that's the mum. She's trying to do City Girl. But maybe you got Mary. Actually, you can be both.
You know, I respect her though, man. I respect the older women that want to slum up the young boys and thing, man. There's a space for them in society. We need them. You get me? No, I'm not mad at her, man. You just want to cuss her out. Nah, man, she's playing her part. She just didn't think it through.
At all. She got excited.
This daughter's going to be in trouble in prison as well,
Giving
man.
Desperate Housewives.
They're going to get her.
Okay.
That fresh meat.
All right, you might want to end the segment now.
Let me just show the people a picture of the mum and the daughter.
The fresh meat, you know. But that's so horrible. Going to jail. At least her mum will be there to protect her. They get to do it together.
They're Asian people, Ebony. They're Asian. I'm not sure.
I bet this is in Warsaw, and the crash happened in Leicester.
Oh, they're from Warsaw.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought they're from
Allegedly.
Leicester.
somebody said.
All right, cool.
See you later, Stacey. You're a real one.
Stacey, man. Good night, man.
Good night, babes.
You made it to the end anyway, man. So yeah, that's the end of it. So sorry, let me just get her name one more time so you can go and find her if you want to. You know you love doing your due diligence.
Yeah, love it.
Mahik Bukhari, that's her name. You are done at it today, man. Thursday, the 2nd of November, 10th or something.
10th.
There we go. You are done at it, baby girl. Let's get into this outro.
We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you to our live crew, leaving the comments, being engaging, all that great stuff. Do like the video before you click out the video. You can also share it. It stays up after we're done recording. Follow us on all our social media platforms the day after TNB. Share our content basically. If you want to send voice notes, text in. The number is 075-6484-1073. You can also join the community.thenewblack.com. It's basically our own social media platform. If you would like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, you can email the team the day after at thenewblack.com. We'll be here for the best day of the week, Friday.
Yeah,
Have
and
a
Trip Canada, you can send in voice notes via the WhatsApp if it is that you want to participate in Woke or Joke. You seem to be a great candidate.
Gotta keep it brief though.
Very brief, please. No mountain climbing also. All right, cool.
Have a great day, everybody. Goodbye.
Peace.
Bye.